I held my tongue for months and months on this stupid shit, and now it just all came out today. And I'm pissed, and it's ridiculous, and I feel like I don't know these bitches anymore, and we're stuck with them. When everybody moves to Chicago, we're stuck with them. We have to work with them. We have to get along with them. If they want to be on their own island of stupidity.
That part's probably out.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. We got a monster pod for you today. We got a guest on the back half, Drew Lynch. We've got some major Barstool drama, very juicy and salacious. We've got that.
Also, go get your tickets for Wilbur, Boston, Stamford, Connecticut. What, May 21st?
May 14th.
May 14th.
Same thing.
And then end of April, we are in Texas. We're in Dallas, Austin, and the other one, Houston.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
And so you can get all your tickets now. Yeah, so we got a lot to talk about today. Very different weekends for you and I.
Yeah.
All interesting alike. But you were, you know what? I feel like I'm very on the record as anti-parade. I think parades are the lowest form of human entertainment, along with fireworks. I think that these are things that were done back in the day when there was no entertainment, when you couldn't just hop on your phone or your television and the only thing you could do was watch people walk by with balloons and costumes and shit. And the fact that people still do it to this day is crazy. I walked in a local St. Patrick's Day parade with my kids, and immediately Shay was dancing in it. They would walk and then dance, walk and then dance. Me and Keegan were just walking. And within one block, he goes, "We're just walking." And I said, "Yeah, man, that's what this is." And he goes, "I'm bored." And I was like, "Me too, homie." So all that being said, I think being in the Boston St. Patrick's Day Parade, like with a duck boat, is pretty cool.
It was very cool. It was
a little bit of something you maybe take for like back in the day. You would have been like, "Oh my god!" Now it's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
There's a lot of factors on here. First of all, it was a very crowded duck boat. Like I really enjoyed. Pavs and I jumped out about halfway through, and we walked the rest of the way.
Were people like, it's like one of those trains in India? People like hanging off the sides.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was. That was awesome. That was like that got me more of a feel of the parade because you're in the crowd, right? Sure. Rather than like an emperor in his ivory tower. Like I feel like I was down with the people. I'm a common man. Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. That was cool. We had like a band behind us. I would recommend if you're gonna be in a parade, don't be on a float, duck boat, whatever it may be, directly in front of the police because it was sirens nonstop, just like, and not like the ones that eventually you could drown out with the woo. It was like constant boop, 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 boop. And I was like, God fucking damn it, shut the fuck up. And also, like always, I blew my load a little fast. Like we started the parade route. I'm screaming, I'm fucking banging. By block 3, I had no voice, and it felt like I had daggers in my temple. Like I was in. Dude, I hadn't felt like that since I went to the PC Marquette game last year. Probably about close to exactly a year ago.
Let's go!
Like just screaming, and it was like that game went to triple overtime, and I had the fucking water leak from the ceiling of the dunk where they had like the break. It was like fucking midnight by the time I got out of there. I was in real pain from yelling so much.
I can't even talk loudly at a bar. I don't know if I need to even talk loudly.
I think that played a factor. Is that I was at bars throughout the whole weekend, talking, and like I was already losing a voice. My head was already hurting from yelling.
I think it's old shit. I think I talk as loud as I wish other people would talk to me.
Bro.
Because I don't think I need to be as loud as I am.
It's common decency.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking
I'm gonna make sure
extracurricular sounds.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll have people just like talking normally. Yeah. Like, where do you think you are right now? You think we're on a beach?
You cannot go to a bar and speak normal.
Right.
Even if it's not like crowded, like just at a bar, clinking and clacking, there's music on, there's a TV on, other people are talking. You got to speak a little bit louder. I can hear you.
I've gotten to the point where I don't really try anymore. I just go, I can't hear you, and I walk away.
What I've been doing is like, say me, you, like say there's like 4 people, right? And I'm doing the lean in, I'm bending down. I say, "What'd you say?" I'm sorry, I can't hear you one more time. What I'll then do is kind of fake it, laugh when I think I'm supposed to laugh, answer what I'm supposed to answer. The second that you jump in and you are now the target of the conversation,
Yeah.
eye contact is gone. I'm looking around. I'm pointing. I'm basically one step away from just walking out of the conversation. But the minute that it's like a baton, like, and then you'll pass it back to me. I'll take on the load at
Basically,
some point,
everyone in a bar, in a loud bar, is just telling a story to themselves.
Yes,
and
and people are going, and you're reacting like probably incorrectly, But God, I mean, I used to be in bars hitting on girls, talking guys from across the way. You can hear, you can talk. Now I'm like, I just don't. I literally don't know what you're saying.
I can't.
But then I'm trying to make sure you can hear it. So I'm like, we went to that thing at Bounce. It was just like a happy hour.
Yeah.
And I walked out with like no voice.
Yeah, it was
nuts.
It was a lot.
Just talking like, so how are you doing today? At the end of it, I'm like, I got nothing.
What's your advertising budget this year? I will say about the parade. It was first of all, we had a flight last night, so we weren't really drinking. It was pretty much a low key parade for us. And I actually was surprised they let me on the plane because I was so drenched in pirate water that I must have
the new party drink of a generation,
like booze. Like I must have stunk like booze. But
I smelled like a little Bahama Mama, or maybe even a Sex on the Beach, perhaps a margarita,
maybe a Miami Vice.
Miami Vice.
We are in the presence of Rockstars.
We are all witness,
dude.
Some LeBron James billboard type shit. We are
Bro,
all witnesses.
Being on that float with Brianna Chicken Frying and Grace O'Malley. Brianna always gets a ton of love. Grace O'Malley was getting just as many yells. Brianna, Brianna had people openly weeping for her,
Bro,
like crying.
When I heard that the people were crying, I've seen when she did her tour last year. I saw the people chasing after her.
Yeah,
and I thought that was crazy. Crying from a distance, not even like if you get to meet your hero and you take a picture and you get a hug, maybe that kind of shit you get overwhelming. From a distance to just see her and cry.
Nah, dude, it wasn't from a distance. These chicks, the bike racks did not stand tall for. It was January 6th for fucking 20-year-olds in Boston, just fucking punching cops in the face. Get the fuck out of the way! Chicken fries up there. It felt like being on a float, like a duck boat parade with Brady, and I was the long snapper. like I could hear from the crowd, like, who gives a fuck? That guy even have pen money? Where's K Marco? They were like, fuck that guy. It was crazy. It was amazing to see. It was unbelievable, awesome, obviously. But it was like, all right, I'm just gonna sit down and go fuck myself. There's no reason for here.
What a dream, though. It's like, yeah, you go do all that shit.
Yeah. That's why I was like, Paz, let's get off the boat. Let's go walk. I think Dana said it too. He's like, I had occasionally a guy be like, final mark. Yeah. What's up? And then like Brianna's got fucking chicks on their hands and knees praying to Allah. Like 4 times a day, women running along the sidewalk. I get 4 times.
Sleep when you're dead. Sleep when you're dead.
And like obviously I knew Brianna's a fucking megastar. I didn't realize it was this extent. It was wow.
And she just still does it.
Yeah.
Like, she still goes to bars. She still goes to parades. She's probably in the club. Like, maybe she's got a table now in a VIP section, but it's not like it's, sneak Brianna in and out the back. Like, it's not like, she like has to throw off the paparazzi. She just goes.
Yeah.
She's a fucking gangster.
Dude, she was in a fucking fit, too. She looked like she was an outcast.
Well,
she had like that big green coat on.
She's just cool.
Yeah.
There's just things. That's why I think, like, forever there will always just be like a glass ceiling, or maybe just a full fucking season.
That.
What?
I don't know why I just did that.
You went on this?
Went.
Yeah, you're a weirdo. I mean, you're an autistic weirdo. That's why.
That was one. I was like, I do weird things like that one. Did you see the video of me eating the sandwich?
When you're just dancing? Yeah. I mean,
that's what I was doing while women were crying at Brianna. Like, why are people like me?
Well, so I was going to say this for myself, but I'll lump you in there too as well. There's just a ceiling for us because we're just not that cool. Like, we're cool, but we're not like that cool.
Well, I don't want to fucking cry about the guy inhaling a Jimmy John sub and bopping his shoulders, wishing the Bruins were on the radio.
Yo, that's funny. You trying to get the Bruins on the fucking TV?
I was like, yo, it'd be wild if like imagine a goal got scored. Like, wow, big bitch go nuts.
Middle of March Madness. Can you put on a regular season Bruins game? Go fuck yourself.
They won 7-0 by the way.
Even worse. Imagine if you were watching a blowout hockey game. Sir, it's 5-0, but maybe it'll be 6. But yeah, I mean, there are certain people that just look and talk and walk and carry themselves in a way where it's like, you got it. You got it. And we fake it. We build it. We don't have it, you know?
Very slowly. It was awesome. Obviously, it was insane. Pirate water was all over the place. It was great.
Dude, Pirate water is a hit. It's fucking fun to watch.
It was like...
It's exactly what I wanted it to be, like a party drink that like this age group is like, fuck yeah.
Bro,
it fucking worked.
People give like a hard time, too. I think Boston, because they closed the bars early, 7 o'clock last night, I think. The fact that they were open past 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Should be a war crime.
People start at like 7 in the morning.
Yo.
You've got like a full night's worth of drinking hours by noon.
It was, and the hotel we stayed in, I started this by saying, common man, I'll be in the mix with the people. I'm going to end it by saying, from now on, when I'm sent to party weekends, I'm staying at the Ritz. We were in like a fucking
shoebox, fucking local, like
it was like a, I don't know, it was like a Marriott's version of a Holiday Inn, like this fucking little hotel, and everyone staying there was 12s and shit faced, like it was, dude, and like the first night, my first night there, I know they were drunk. Everyone in that hotel was hammered the entire time. And my first night there, I got in kind of whatever. I went to grab some dinner with Paz and my buddy, and I got back a little later, and I went to the gym and I was working out, and like the bike was set up right by, and I was doing like a quick workout, and the bike was set up by the like glass door where you can like see whatever, and there's a bar in the hotel, and so I'm on the bike. I'm doing like minute on the bike, minute push-ups, minute sit-ups. Like quick little circuit, 20 minutes, just so feel a little sweating. And I see as I'm on the bike, some dude stumbling towards, because the bathroom was right there too. And I see some dude stumbling towards the bathroom, and I'm like, God damn it! Like I know what the age group is.
Yeah,
I know what's gonna happen. And he goes in the bathroom. I'm like, okay, do my push-ups, doing my sit-ups, and I sit up. And I look, and there's just this fucking hammered dude standing there like this, like a zombie. Yeah. And I fucking pop a headphone off. I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "What's your name, bro?" Tom. What's your last name? Jones. Dude, you look a lot like Feidelberg. and I go, yeah, I get that all the time. And I just put my headphone on and just start doing sit-ups again. And he just stands over me for like a minute. He's like staring, like trying to be like, and he kind of like, he's like one of these, and he like walks out. And I was like, well, he's going to get friends to be like, this guy looks like Feidelberg, so I'm just fucking leaving. Yeah. So I ended my workout.
Well, I will say, the only thing you got going for you is the Feidelverse.
There are a lot of
like people.
I dropped that.
I was just a dude.
If someone goes, "Are you Feidelberg?" I say, I forget what the question is. I can just read the person, and I'm like, if they're not positive, I go, no. I get that a lot.
Yeah.
If they're like, what's up, man? I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to somebody. But if someone's like on the fence, I push them the other way.
Believe, yeah.
But I was like,
there was another one this weekend, another great one. Even had like the beard. I was like, God damn.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
I'll pull it up.
Because I'll say this: I have done something, and it's changed my life a little bit.
Okay.
Again, I said recently I did my push noties off for Twitter.
Yep.
I am in full-time do not disturb mode now on my phone.
Cool.
And
Done that before. Yep.
It is unbelievable. So I got a. Now, granted, there is a bit of a caveat here because I only had my phone for 2 days. Mm-hmm. I got my weekly status report for screen time.
Way down.
Again, this is an extreme situation because I only had it for 2 days and it was the weekend and shit like that. Guess what my screen time was?
How many hours? Or not even minutes? Wow. Not even 1 hour?
16 minutes.
You
Again.
were on your phone for 60 minutes in 2 days?
2 days. 60 minutes a day was my average. So it was just Friday, Saturday, but it was 16 minutes a day. And it was, bro, I'm
on my phone for 16 minutes every 17 minutes.
It was, it's, cause dude, and I started it because Saturday I went to lunch with my buddy and, we We went to. It's actually. I actually have something to say about Boston as a whole too. But this is like the one good restaurant in Boston still is Atlantic Fish Co. It's my favorite restaurant in Boylston. And so I went there for lunch, and they hooked it up. They came out and they were like, hey, it's on us. And I was like, that's incredibly nice. But this is a funny thing that happened too. I had a very low key weekend. We went out to bars. I was out at bars from like 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day, but just like super low key. And this was Saturday afternoon, and he's like, "It's on us." Whatever. And I was like, that's really nice. I had to run to an ATM because I was going to tip the waiter still. And so I run to an ATM. I took out $200, and I was just thinking back a decade. What Bank of America would be thinking. It's like, it's 2 p.m. on St. Patrick's Day weekend. Like, alarms are going off at Bank of America. Like, Feidelberg's getting himself a satchel. He's getting on one, boys. This credit card's going to start running.
It's right about that time.
Yeah.
They're going in one way or the other.
Saturday afternoon, St. Patty's weekend. The boy's going. He's spending it all this weekend, folks.
Dude. Go ahead.
But when I went out to go get to the ATM, I looked at my phone and I checked my text, and I had 18 text messages. And on Do Not Disturb, you don't even get, like, it doesn't even pop up.
Right.
It's not like no noise, it just doesn't come up. And I was like, and I had such a fun lunch, and I was like, if that was during lunch, and it wasn't like 18 it wasn't like a group text pop up. It was like 18. I had 18 text messages. Mm-hmm. There was a group text, but I probably had 12 individual text messages too. And I was like, if that was in my pocket or on the table, every little would have annoyed me a little bit more. Yeah. And then a little bit more. And then a little bit more. And I would not have had this fun lunch. And I would not have had a good time. And I was like, I'm not going back. I'm
DND for life.
I'm Do Not Disturb.
What sucks is, like, you know, you it's reached a point where, like, that will probably be a problem. Not a real problem. But it'll be like, well, I needed, you know, something for work. Or,
well, I told Jackie. Jackie knows. If you need, just call me twice. The second call gets pushed through.
Yeah.
And
but even still, it's like, I don't know. Back in the day, sometimes, like, you needed to get in touch with someone from work, and you just didn't until Monday or whatever.
Right.
You know, it's not. You know, I know we're trying to do big things here, and it's the internet, and you got to be available and all that shit. But sometimes it's also like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless it's like truly life or death, we'll like the ad won't be in the show this week or whatever. You know, it's like the shit happens. You know. That's crazy. 16 minutes is...
It's 16 minutes a day.
Well, I think I'm going to...
sorry, one more thing real quick before you go. I have to say this about... This is probably my first time back in Boston for an extended period of time since COVID. Mm-hmm. Like, I've gone to a game here and there. Like, I've driven back to my parents' house or whatever. This is probably my first time spending an extended period of time in Boston since COVID. And I am asked all the time, still to this day, by people in Massachusetts, people I grew up with, people my parents are friends with, family members, whatever. Like, so is New York back yet? I'm like, yeah, we were back in 3 fucking months.
Fine,
like, it's totally normal.
Never you change, yeah.
Boston is not.
Really?
Dude,
I thought you were about to say, like, we're back.
No, dude, it is like, I'm going to be throwing caveats all episode. It was one weekend. Obviously, it was.
But it's St. Patrick's Day.
It's a crazy weekend.
So it should be
but
poppin'.
so I was looking for a different scene than that. So, like, I didn't want to go to a bar jammed to the gills. Like, we were looking for bars that were livable,
higher end or whatever.
Not even higher end, but just like not a bunch of hammer colleges. That's just not what I want to do right now.
Right.
And so we're looking for a little more low key bars where it's not banging music. We don't have to yell. And I'm catching up with old friends. We want to talk and have a drink. Yeah. And it was. And again, I haven't been to Boston in a while. Maybe the new spots are elsewhere. But, like, Boylston used to be where we hung out, like, Back Bay. And it, like, just there aren't bars anymore. They're banks now. Like Whiskey's the bar we used to go to. Lear. Like, those are just fucking, they're gone. Yeah. And it was, like, everything was just, like, fucking, it wasn't great. It was, like, I was underwhelmed. Again, I understand it's a very different weekend.
Good thing you're off your phone because your mentions are about to be fuck you, Feidelberg.
It was like it just and I was out with my buddies who still live in Boston. Yeah. And they're like, it's like this, man. Like they weren't
and they knew.
Yeah,
like, they could tell.
They were more mad than me. Like some of the places where like the service was bad.
Bro, it's over.
And it was
so, like what they just couldn't like
I don't even know if it's COVID stuff. Pavs
I tried to do a full scumbag balls to the wall weekend, and I couldn't find a way to do it. I was with people that I knew from Boston, like, this is what we do, you know?
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was kind of surprising. I was like, wow, this is pretty nuts. Like, no, I'm not saying like people are wearing masks and shit like that, obviously.
Right,
but it
but-
was just like the service in particular was crazy bad. Dude, we walked out of a bar where we were the only people at the bar, and there were 3 bartenders, and it took them, I don't know, we waited 15 minutes. They never came over to ask what we wanted. We're like, all right, well, fuck it, we'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's not really a COVID thing. That's more of a whatever. Like, you know how fucking hard it takes for me to get a little annoyed with service.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is fucking, like,
Right.
guys, let's get the fuck, and it was their idea actually, but I was like, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. This is crazy.
Something happened the other day where somebody spoke like of the pandemic or something like that, like in the present tense or whatever it was, and I was like, "Are you?" It was something to do with the movies, I think. Going to the movies. Oh, it was the Oscars. I think was like they were like the nominations for Best Pictures like that were viewed as is intended in the theaters, and I was like, we've been doing theaters for like a couple of years.
Yeah, but I don't know the film industry enough to know how it worked and any of that shit. But like people talk about Top Gun 2, like it saved movies.
Yeah,
and that was this summer.
I guess so. Yeah. It was funny. I looked up like the Oscars, and I was looking at like a list of Oscars, trying to get ready for the dozen because I thought Jeff D. Lowe was gonna do Oscar stuff, which he did. And like it was 2020 or 2021 or whatever. Is like that's a great trivia question. Do you know the Oscar in 2021? It's like
2021
or whichever like the bad year was, where there was like no movies. It's like it's a movie you've like
The Artist. I know that's
it's. I can't even remember.
The Artist was definitely.
It was like a whole bunch of movies that I was just like I've never even fucking heard of these. How is it possible? And I realized
I'm not good with the years for movies though. Like
Yeah,
that's all kind of fucking whatever. But the other funny thing about Boston was, and this is just like going back, like when I grew up in Boston, I never thought of like, wow, Boston's pretty white, and just because this was all I knew. But like we get to Boston and we're going to a bar, and I got an Uber, and I was like, is this dude's name fucking Scott? Like, that's how many white people are here? We're driving Ubers, dude? Like, bro, go sell insurance. What are you doing here?
regular fucking job, dude. That's hilarious. What was it? It was not. Maybe it was a nomination because I do remember Coda. I do remember that,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
think it was
yeah.
like the nominees. I was like, I never heard of any of these other ones. The only reason I know Coda was because anyway. The Fitbod app creates a workout program that's personalized to your goals, fitness level, and available equipment. It learns from your previous workouts and adapts as you improve. So start making progress towards your fitness goals today with 25% off a Fitbod subscription. Just pick a fitness goal, select your equipment, and Fitbod will create a custom workout program for you. Whether you've been missing gym time or you hit a plateau, Fitbod will help you with a workout plan individualized to you. The app switches up your exercises to avoid overtraining or burnout, all while you keep out your workouts fresh and fun. Your program also changes based on your personal progress for maximized results. Whether you work out in the weight room or your living room, Fitbod has you covered. Learn new movements the right way with over 1,400 HD demonstration videos. A full year of Fitbod is less than the cost of a single session with a personal trainer. That's wild. Personal trainers are one of the biggest rackets of all time.
Yeah.
The real ones, for sure, great. The meatheads who are just like, I lift and I want to get paid like, by when I'm at the gym, who are telling you what to do. And no. Get a whole year of Fitbod. It would be way more, a way better investment. Keep up your fitness habit with a personalized workout program from Fitbod. Go to fitbod.me/KFC. That's fitbod.me/KFC and get 25% off your subscription. You can try the app for free right now. That's fitbod.me/KFC. So you're going to Do Not Disturb, and I am officially going to
Take Pavs' tweeting rights away.
Pavs went fucking. I said I was going to give my Twitter account to Pavs, and then he immediately hops on and tweets like an absolute asshole for 4 straight days about the World Baseball Classic.
Also, somehow made up old tweets.
Yeah.
Somehow he fucked with Twitter and sent old.
I know he's good with the Photoshop shit. So he made a bunch of tweets about Mexicans and Puerto Ricans from 2013. I couldn't believe it. What a fucking dickhead. I'm gonna give Marcus Stroman your phone number, dude. Let him. I'm officially going to bequeath my Twitter account to Pavs. It's been something we've been kicking around for a long time, and I think this weekend was a good farewell, a good finale for me. And I'm not doing it like out of like I know people think that I'm an asshole. I don't mind doing it. People are like, I was playing with my kids and hanging out. I would occasionally look in and be like, fire off a tweet.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I sit there.
People
like,
think a tweet takes way more effort.
yeah,
than
they're
it
like,
does.
put your phone down or go outside. I was at the park with my kids. They're running around. I would open it up. I would see a mention like at the top that I didn't like, and I would quote tweet it and put it back. The same way I do like every other thing. Every other time I have my phone out. So it's not like I'm, like I was embarrassed or ashamed. It's not like I even kind of enjoy it, but it's just time because I know that it's two things. One, it's just bad for like my health, even if I do enjoy it, and two, we've reached a point where Twitter doesn't matter, and like you can't convince anybody of anything otherwise. So I like arguing and I like debating, but it's totally pointless now.
You probably didn't see this because you were suspended. But when you got suspended, I tweeted.
I did see that after the fact, though.
Yeah.
Feidelberg said, I bet he feels like a serial killer who got caught. Like I definitely did.
Like,
Because
thank God.
I obviously was never going to stop. Like, I'm going to dig my heels in, and we're going to do this as long as dumb motherfuckers are replying. Or if something else really big happens. I was waiting for another story, but nothing was really happening. I was going to go forever because I'm a stubborn asshole, and this is what I do, and this is how I've made my fucking money and life. I'm almost like, this is good. I will say, like, there's a lot of fans that agree with me, but what are you doing?
I don't know, man.
Don't put that in your mouth.
I don't.
That's grosser than fucking Ari's asshole. That's disgusting, that thing.
I don't know why I did that.
Don't put your nose in it either.
I always put my nose in it.
Yeah, sometimes I do that too.
It feels
I
good.
usually do my chin.
I tickle myself.
Right on my scruff.
I go like that. And I give myself little chills. And I crack an egg on your head, and the yolk is running down.
We're idiots.
But we wash our hands? Nah,
we don't wash our hands. I pee all over them. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's just I when I'm right, and I know that I'm right, and wait, what was it?
You are largely right about the
Definitely.
WBC. I am
the most right I think I've ever been, and people are trying to be like, take this L and ratio shit. I'm like, just because you dumb fucking assholes aren't understanding doesn't mean it's a loss. I'm fucking right.
I'll middle it a little bit, where I'll say I obviously have not watched a single game. I didn't even know it was coming up, to be totally honest.
I don't know where it was played. I didn't know when it was happening.
I was having a hard time figuring out what was going on with definitely there's some in Arizona, but then I was like, that's in Japan.
Right.
I didn't really get it, and obviously I will also admit fully that I have said before that baseball was definitely the biggest sport that took a hit for me from the pandemic. It has not really come back.
Right.
I think it's because it was the only sport that tried to do like a full season in it.
Yeah.
Everyone else was kind of in the playoffs and shit like that.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
football did too. They played like empty
Football's
stadiums.
just a different too,
yeah,
though.
but like baseball, I was just like, it's not really doing it for me. And the Red Sox sucking the whole time.
Totally.
Since
That
then
helps.
has played a pretty big factor in
hurts,
as well. So my baseball mind has not really been in there. So I didn't know anything really. So obviously I am on your side in the case since that Americans don't care. Blah 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 blah. I will also say that the tweets I see, the clips look electric.
I was surprised by how much there was a jump from the last one to this one, where it was like last time people like literally didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It was a waste of time to like even do this. You know, the people there and the players in it are having a blast for sure. But that's not the thing. Got so fucking warped. By the way, if you don't even know what I'm talking about, like I fought on Twitter for 4 straight days because Edwin Diaz broke his leg in a game for Team Puerto Rico, and I was like, these games.
Oh, he broke his leg?
No, yeah, I was thinking he tore his patella.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking Kendrick Morales broke his leg celebrating on home plate.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is, but baseball players are pussies and they need to stop celebrating.
Baseball players have the most ridiculous injuries of all time.
It's like, just stop. Like,
always.
people were like, what do you want them to be in a bubble and never do anything? I'm like, yeah, kind of, because like apparently they can't do anything. They can't walk up and down steps. They can't jump off the curb. They can't jump on home plate. They can't do
Can't open a
dog
bottle
piles.
of wine.
Bottles of wine. They can't play video games. They can't do anything without getting injured. So I'm like, yeah, I think you guys should do nothing but the thing that you're paid to do. My stance was always the games don't mean a lot. Meaning, like, if you have that on your record, it doesn't matter. No one's gonna be like, well, Mike Trout never won the World Series, but he was Team USA.
Yeah,
you know, it's like,
yeah.
no, you're a fucking choke artist until you play. You know,
If I'll say this, if that jump from last one to this one, it makes the same kind of jump next time.
if it keeps going,
it might be.
So like the meaning behind it, I think is one of my main issues. The fact that you just have a fucking job and you get paid like millions of dollars to do it, and then you just go do what you like and you can't do it anymore. Like the rest of the world gets fucking fired for that. That's just like you have a commitment.
I don't like that argument though, because the rest of the world, I get that, we get that a lot. Like that doesn't work in the real world. Like, well, I'm different than you, man.
I think in the real world, if you were to like risk your job and couldn't do it, you would get fired.
But what I'm saying is like people say it to me, to us, like
yeah.
in a real job you get fired.
But-
Like,
right,
I don't have a real job.
Right, but I also think that like this almost is the only example where it's like because
Wait,
everything.
Didn't somebody use an example of fights if like the stripper punctured his larynx or something with the heel?
Yeah,
I
that
did
was
see that.
and
crazy,
then you
that.
can't do your
there
job
was some
anymore.
dumb fucking
Yeah.
argument.
That one was wild.
But this is the only way. There's other things. It's like, I think a lot of things you can't ride motorcycles. You can't do extreme sports. Like there's a lot of shit put in clauses that's like you can't do this because if you are injured and you're out, like I don't know, whatever. It's void or whatever it is. I think this is an example where it is kind of like bringing it back to the real world where it's like, I don't know. I mean, thank God that Steve Cohen is like an awesome owner and he's like, whatever you need, we just want to help you get healthy. I would have been like, fuck this. I would have called everybody home. I would have been like, no, none of you can play anymore. And then my other thing is if it's all about growing the game and the sport, I don't think you need the biggest superstars because the audience that already likes that is there for the patriotism and just the gameplay, like the sport itself. You can send your biggest prospects and college players and amateurs or guys who are like retiring who like aren't risking their prime and a World Series year, and those guys will still love it because the Carabases of the world and Ben Verlanders of the world are fucking like baseball.
But those guys are. And even in hockey terms, I'm not like those guys. I'm not that level of diehard. I'm not. I'm very, very
Not a
largely
fucking loser.
a Bruins fan. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not watching.
I think it's so weird to watch a whole sport.
I don't like. I'll occasionally pop on a McDavid game. If that's large. That's mostly it. It's pretty rare to catch me watching some like Western Conference hockey game.
Right. I just don't.
I think I watched fucking.
I like
I
the
watched
Mets.
Rangers fucking Pens the other day, but like it's like on Saturday afternoon if it's just on. But like on also hockey they play so often that it's pretty much. I watch the Bruins or I watch a movie the next night and I watch the Bruins again. Like
Yeah,
it is
just on all the
they play
time.
3 games a week. I watch TV the other nights. But the only way I can relate to this really is to change stuff to hockey. They did try and fuck with that a little bit with the last Olympics.
Right, because Tavares fucked up his knee, and they were like, "We're never doing this again."
They
right?
said we're sending kids, and that I don't think it translates. It does not.
I don't think it. I think you have to build it. Like I think that like is when it gets to a point where it actually the Olympic gold medal like means something, or the World Cup like means something.
Yeah.
If it gets there, fine. I just don't think it's there. And
Yeah.
I think right now there's either a better time to play it or there's a better way to field it, and then also just the
And
general
see-
argument of like.
see your-
Twitter's not real life, and like no one in America watched this.
Yeah.
And that got spun into like I'm some xenophobic racist. Like I get it, but it's also just like this is my life where I live, talking to people who share this lifestyle with me. Like there's a billion people who watch the cricket final.
Right.
You wouldn't walk around saying that cricket matters. It's meaningless to us.
Dude, good
MLS, NASCAR has huge fans, and if you really want to hear like me, Dan, and Dave did it on the rundown on Monday. So if you go listen to the Monday's rundown, we really like exhaustively talk about it, like down to every last bit. I know that people probably this audience doesn't want to hear it as much, but what got crazy was the all of a sudden I'm a racist because I'm mad that I lost my closer was the most annoying part.
Also, anyone with a fucking brain, if you have a good team and you lose one of your best players, you're going to have
And it's
a bit
not
of a
even-
bias to the tournament as a whole.
It's like a good team. It's also our MVP. It's arguably the most irreplaceable guy like out there. That's how good he is in a 1 year window. We have like a 1 year window, and it's right now. And now it's shot. So yeah. They're like, you wouldn't be saying this if Diaz didn't broke his leg. Yeah, no fucking kidding, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be talking about this at all. I do want to, you're all welcome, World Baseball Classic and baseball nerds. I know a lot of fans did agree with me, that didn't say it publicly, but did agree with me. I also, at the same time, think I, like, completely drove the narrative. Like, people all tweeting, like, these games are not meaningful, these games are not meaningful. I think it was all directed at me. So I think
there were. I did see a lot from people, like, not Carabas, I obviously know was in the mix. I did see tweets occasionally from, like,
other shows
people
and
being like, they say it
outlets.
doesn't matter. And I was like, I think you might be talking to Kevin. Like,
One person is saying it loud.
Or guess what? Or if you're talking to that many people, then that many people are saying it doesn't matter, and that's a big number of people.
Right.
Like, it is, like, pick your poison. You're responding to one single person, or you're responding to everyone who thinks it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I was like, I felt like I had the baseball world like in my fingertips at that point.
I do believe that the Bruins do not play tomorrow or today, if you're listening to this on Tuesday. In which case, I believe the championship's tonight. If the Bruins are on, I will not be watching the World Baseball Classic. I might tune in for the final if it's
I'll
not.
probably watch Luther.
Good choice. You started it?
Huh? I'm currently rewatching old ones, and I'm going to do the new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Wait, I didn't know you watched it before.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I actually, when I was rewatching to get ready for the new one, I realized I never watched season 5. Season 5's flames.
Yeah, it's good.
Season 5's really good.
We also have if you watch Yellow Jackets, that's coming back, and something else is coming back. There's some good TV about to come back, so I'll be watching that.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I think this way about New York too. When a lot of people say to me, "Why do you hate the Yankees?" Like, New York is my existence. That's what matters to me. So, in my bubble, it's like the Mets and the Yankees.
Yeah.
So even if we don't play each other, that's who I see. That's who I interact with. Those fans. That's my life. That's kind of the same thing here. It's like I know Japan loves it. By the way, China's ratings, they're skewed. That doesn't count. There's always gonna be a billion people in China watching whatever China does. But I'm like, and that becomes like, don't you like have any respect for the other people of the world? I don't disrespect Venezuela. I just don't fucking care that they like this. I don't. I'm not gonna just start liking something. That's what I hated about Carabas's blog. He wrote in 2017, being like, I don't care about the World Baseball Classic, but if everybody else starts caring, so will I. I get what he means, that like if we all agree that this has weight, but it's like, that's almost what bothers me the most. Is it just feels like overnight a bunch of people on Twitter and a bunch of fans at the ballpark decided this matters, and I was like, what? No, this doesn't matter.
So
you have to like build up. You have to like create some sort of cachet, or it has to have some sort of meaning.
And I will say that too about the hockey thing, where like, yes, the pros go now, but that didn't start until like the 90s. I think.
Yeah.
Like 1980 team, that was a bunch of college kids versus the rest of the Red Army.
You have to play professionals for international competition. It was strictly the opposite for the vast majority of Olympic competition.
Now, to be fair, the Olympics already had the name and the cachet we're speaking of.
Yeah.
So you could.
So you got to build it somewhere, but it's like, I don't know, maybe you can't. Maybe like sports, we've seen other sports try to grow, like variations of the big leagues and different sports. Like, I don't know, we might just have our sports.
Yeah.
And our tournaments and our things,
But I mean, again, this looks like all I've seen are a couple Trey Turner home runs and shit like that. But like I put on the volume, I'm like, whoa, shit,
it's loud,
fucking crazy.
And the social media thing is a bit skewed because it's like baseball, MLB notoriously suppresses, like they don't let anybody do it on social media. Bryce Harper, the guys were sending it in my group chat. Bryce Harper has been in like the public eye as the superstar of baseball since he was 16. He has 1.7 million followers
on IG.
Kyle Kuzma has 5 million. It's like he should have like 100 million.
Yeah.
Like the biggest scrubs in the NBA are like quadrupling up the iconic generational players in baseball. It's crazy.
Mike Trout doesn't even have an Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, he's got and that's all well and good.
He does, right?
He does, but I bet you he has like 400,000 followers.
Yeah. 2 million.
2 million. That's probably the highest or Shohei, but that doesn't really count. It's the thing that fucking crushed me the most, because people are yelling at me about ratio and they're sending these stats and these videos, and it's like, you're not arguing the point. So whatever. The whole time I'm like, everything I have said has been logical. No one has answered any of my actual questions. I am winning this argument. And then I was fighting with Marcus Stroman, that little fucking weasel, that race-baiting Napoleonic motherfucker.
See, little fella?
His entire thing is HMDH. Height doesn't measure heart. And it's like, if you make your entire brand about your height, like, we know what your insecurity is, but
That's like when fucking Mike Scott started using acronyms to save time. But it took so long to explain what they fucking meant.
I mean,
like, it's like, just say it, dude.
I said height doesn't measure heart, but it measures your personality, and you fucking stink, dude. But I was talking to Dominican Dylan, my boy from my serious days, and he was like, fuck Marcus Stroman. That dude was talking so much shit about Puerto Rico when he played for the Americans. That's the other thing I don't like. You can just play for whoever you want. Like,
Wait, does he play for Puerto Rico now?
yes.
Oh.
And I think
I saw there was a Sullivan on Italy. That shouldn't be allowed.
there's a lot of Italian. Mike Piazza just like played for the Italians. I think Giancarlo Stanton said he was going to one year or did play for Italy. There's a cool story about Randy Arozarena, like why he's playing for Mexico. That actually is a good story. But also, it's like if you can just flip, like it's just more like it's made up.
It is Brett Hull hockey. Played for both USA and Canada, but he did have like actual dual citizenship.
Yeah.
I would imagine Giancarlo Stanton doesn't have dual citizenship.
Yeah, it felt like, if your mom like was from there, we'll take you.
Yeah.
You know,
If you're a literal citizen of both countries,
then you can do whatever you want, I guess. But it's also
yeah.
like just fucking, you should pick one.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But
he like that was a big deal. I think he changed from.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. You can't do that.
I forget if he did. Well, he's because his dad had played for the Blackhawks, so he was probably born in America. So I'm guessing he started playing for America, then switched to Canada.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like they're like, it's where my heart is or whatever. It's like, shut the fuck up. So he was on America and switched to Puerto Rico this year. And when they played last time, so Dominican Dylan says, fuck him. Like, he talks so much shit about Puerto Rico. I can't believe like that he's even on the team. And I'm DMing with him. I'm like, really? Like, what did he say? Because I'm like, I want to give me all the info. And Dylan didn't see the Twitter DM forever. So I start Googling it, and what I found was a excerpt that said Stroman stole headlines from Kinsler, who said, and the way that sentence was structured, I thought the Who was talking about Stroman, and what Kinsler said was, we're going to show the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans the right way to play the game, and I thought I had Stroman saying that because of the way it was written, and I just like got so overexcited, so I tweet out that screenshot. And it's like, that's it. It's over. Doesn't matter, Like, all the other points I made, all the other logic, out the fucking window. I blew it. I think that was the biggest Twitter argument misstep of my career.
Really?
I've always spun my way out of whatever. Like, I was even about to say, like, yeah, but he played for the team that was saying that about Puerto Rico, and now he's on Puerto Rico. But I was like, nope, I'm just going to wear this one. I was like, I tweeted him. I was like, yo, like, shouldn't have done that. Sorry, but you're still trash for calling me a fucking racist. But the feeling of like, I was like, that's 4 days of arguing down the drain. All of this for nothing. And that's why it's time to turn it over. So, I'll give you the password.
I got it already.
And then, but now I guess you have to change the password.
Oh, you're going over.
I don't know.
Like I'll still send
Pat's like, I don't know about that.
I'll still send a tweet and I just pop it back in my pocket. It is actually the coolest.
But I just don't. I can't
like when I
control
open
myself.
Twitter and I just always have the 20 plus.
Yeah,
I like that. And I'm like, yeah.
I don't know if I can do it because I do like to argue and debate and all that shit. But I also do get like a lot of my info from Twitter and shit.
That's why I still use it like that. It is, and I honestly do. It's so weird too. Like I do feel bad that there are people I like, and there are people who like a response I want to see. And even be they Twitter people or be the employees. Like, I won't even see if an employee responds anymore, unless I looked at Twitter at that time. I feel bad, like, because even like when an employee, a coworker, like replies to me, I usually at least throw it a heart, even if it's not worthy of like a reply. I'm like, it's pretty good, whatever, I got you.
Right.
And I will not be doing that anymore unless I happen to see it, and that like it kind of sucks. But
the benefits far outweigh that.
This is a 5-day trial period.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm definitely in a not a better mood. I'm not happy. Don't get me wrong, but I'm less annoyed. In fact, last night when we were texting, I was in bed and I didn't want to like when I'm going about my day. I don't mind not immediately replying to a text because I'm doing shit. I'm working. I'm whatever I'm doing. But like, I'm just laying in bed. I'm like, well, I should be timely and prompt with my reply here. Yeah. And so I turned off Do Not Disturb last night for just a little bit. I was texting with you and I was texting with Nate, and the buzzes now they're like it's like Dennis on Family Feud. When it's like
yeah. It gives you like PTSD.
I couldn't like, even those like 5 days free from it. Yeah, I couldn't do it anymore. I was like, I gotta go back on Do Not Disturb.
I mean, I feel like watching what Chris DiStefano, like his entire change. I've at least got to try that, you know. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I'm trying to think if there's like any. Also, Twitter is a waste of time, and like this will force me to go. I'll just go on Instagram more. That's all that's gonna happen, by the way. But that's like if I'm putting up more stories and doing that kind of shit because I'm not on Twitter. Theoretically, like I'm doing my job better. Maybe we do a trial run. Okay. Because like it's almost like, you know, if I'm a crack addict and I'm like, hold on to my crack for me, and then I come to you like, give me my crack. And you're like, well, I'm not supposed to give it back to you. But let's say we'll do a 5-day period. Yeah. And if at the end of 5 days I'm like, I couldn't figure out what to do for 1 minute, man, and this is not working, all that kind of shit. I'll take it back. I'll not take it back, but I'll like, you know,
the Mets season. Well, we got 3 weeks. No, we got 10 days. So the Mets start.
10 days till the Mets start?
Jesus.
Nah, that's a lie. That's a lie.
I mean, it's early April.
Yeah, April 1st.
Yeah, 10 days. So, I mean, do you want to try then, or do you want to... Because right now, you're going to have nothing to... Once the Mets start...
Yeah, all right, let's do that. When the Mets start. When the Mets start. Yeah. By the way, Barstool the Ballpark tickets on sale for real baseball, where you can get unlimited beer and a free meal with all your tickets. Bobby Bonilla Day on a Saturday this year. So we have Barstool the Ballpark for Bobby Bonilla Day, along with another.
They're playing at Fenway this year. We should go to a game.
Oh, maybe we could do one there. I don't know how Boston works, but anyway, yeah. So go get your tickets now. It's a weird URL. It's not like it used to be just Mets.com/Barstool. So go to Clem's Twitter because I don't know if I'll be tweeting it. No.
You have to run my account though. Huh? You have to run my account.
Yeah. All right.
Now we have a really important thing to discuss right now. I know we have a lot of bathroom habits being discussed at Barstool Sports. I got the most horrific one.
You saw it or you did it?
I heard it. I heard it yesterday, and I'm gonna let the guy tell his story. Pavs.
Oh no!
Once it slipped out.
Wait, hold on.
Kept this one in the apartment.
Wait,
it is crazy.
You unplugged
this is after the parade yesterday. We went grabbed some famous garlic bread over at
check
Alta Strada at the Logan Airport. It says famous on the menu. You got to get it.
Of course,
great garlic bread. And we're just hanging out. We got there like way before our flight, so we're just kind of hanging out in the restaurant. Pavs had himself 2 Peronis and decided to share this with the class.
A couple weeks ago.
Well, I remember this? You're at the table.
I know, I was sober.
You don't remember this? You guys both brushed it off. I'm like, that's not going to be brought up. That's fine.
I wrote it down immediately.
I went to the dentist a couple weeks ago. He said, good teeth, your gums are fucked. You have to like get an electric toothbrush. So I splurged on an electric toothbrush. I got a nice one. $50. I've never spent like more than $5 on a toothbrush. And then the first day
I believe he said he splurged.
I splurged on it. And then I was peeing. Oh, I was about to pee while I was brushing my teeth in a very clean, like fresh, clean toilet. And I dropped it in. And I just picked it back up and I went out to a couch of all my roommates. I was like, I just dropped my brand new toothbrush in the toilet. I'm leaving this up to you guys. Do I keep clean it?
Of course they said yes. Like whatever. Toilet mouth. Go ahead.
They're like, you're a pussy if you throw it.
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep it. So I just cleaned it 4 or 5 times, let it sit for a day or 2.
Fester, lose all that.
Bro.
And how long ago was this?
This is like, I would say 3 weeks ago. I've been using it ever since.
Let me say this. I'm not going to be hypocritical here. If I dropped it into a clean toilet.
Bro, what?
I'm just saying this. Let me say this. If I'm his age and I drop it into a clean toilet, it's like a 50-50 coin toss. What I am never doing is telling people. That's insane, bro. Everybody does weird, gross hygiene shit on their own. You know, you pick your nose, you pick your ass, you're doing this, you're doing that. You do weird things, you eat off the floor, you know, whatever happens when nobody's looking, it happens. Human bodies are weird. To offer that up to them and then to them is fucking insane.
Dude, I'm a disgusting animal. And if I drop my toothbrush in the toilet, I'm using mouthwash that day, skipping a toothbrushing, and I'm buying a new one.
I know, but I probably am too, if I'm being real about it. But like we talked about earlier, like last episode, I think, like replacing toothbrushes just like from wear and tear, like it's as simple as just like, oh, you're at the store, buy one, and we just don't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking like, I could go, or I could just, like run it under the water a little bit. I'll be honest, your toothbrush is probably regularly pretty fucking disgusting. You put it right back in your mouth,
bro.
Because
it's not. If a toothbrush floated, maybe I'd have a different point here. Maybe I'd have a different.
But an electric one, kerplunk,
it's sinking into the
bottom.
hole. It's getting into the hole.
And
it was one of those like
in and out. Yeah.
Caught it right as
I
it
mean,
was
people
coming.
put their fucking phone right back up to their face.
Exactly,
You know.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever dropped my phone in the toilet.
No.
I
And
drop everything in the toilet. I don't know why. I drop so much shit in the
I
toilet
do. And
recently.
like
What else are you dropping?
Like
I dropped my lotion the other day, like brand new lotion. Dropped it. I threw that one out. I just like not.
the bottle that I touch every now and then, that's gone.
But it was like this
my
the third
mouth
thing that I
brush-
all the fucking stuff inside it was clean, bro. Like you could. That would have been.
It was like
totally
one of those. I
acceptable.
had enough. I was like, I'm done fucking dropping things in the toilet and buying a new one. This is where I draw the line, and it's with a toothbrush.
So wait, you said this at lunch, and those two just went like, whatever.
I saw fights like perk
Scribble.
up a little bit.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of scaries after that. I was like, that might have been a mistake, but I thought he just forgot about it.
Bro, I emailed myself and wrote it down. Pavs toothbrush.
That is disgusting.
Gross, but like you're just gross.
It is kind of par for the course,
Dude, and then I think you said it before once you said it, but then you talking about him and his roommate sharing a toothbrush for 2 months.
Yeah, that was unknowingly, right?
That was unknowingly.
That was
Once you
unknowingly,
found out, you stopped, right?
Yeah, no, we cut that off.
Right.
Dude, that like it hitting the bottom, because that like touching bottom is the problem for me.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You know what else touches the bottom? Every piece of poop
Yeah.
gets sucked down.
Yep.
Just like your toothbrush.
Toilets are fucking.
Every piece of
gross,
toilet
bro.
paper scraped by on that.
Yeah.
Every fucking piece of fecal matter. It all hit
It's
it.
got to be gone by now, though. Like,
Yeah, it's all in your
everything-
belly.
It's in your
And
mouth.
nothing happened.
It's in your shit
Why
mouth.
told to your girlfriend?
Dude, I made sure no one
kissing
told
her
her.
with that
That's what I
shit
said to
now.
my roommates. I was like, she doesn't find out about it.
She'll never find out now. It was all a
Jackie's
bit,
gonna
honey.
cut all this.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jackie.
Video.
No, I was gonna.
Oh.
Yeah, short video as well. But no, videos can be Thursdays. But you are supposed to have a video ready for us. But you had a busy weekend.
I literally like have not had a second since.
Okay,
last
that's
week.
fair. You had the busy. You flew to Atlanta for a wedding, flew to Boston for the parade. You had a busy weekend. Okay, which is Jackie's punishment?
Oh, right.
Oh fuck.
Fuck.
I kind of like the helmet.
Yeah, I think the helmet's great.
I think
I had another.
I missed the helmet. The helmet is, to recap, she has to go on a date while
Well,
wearing a bike
That's her
helmet.
that's her quick get out of
I
jail.
think like she either has to wear the helmet for like how long?
a week. We'll
A
give her
week,
a week for
like
both.
like 24/7 for a week.
I think.
Or if she goes on like a full blown date with it, it's still not. It's not just like immediate. It'll be like 2 days.
yeah.
You can shave like over half.
I would
of it
rather
off.
just rip the Band-Aid off and go. on
So
the
you have to
date.
schedule a date.
But I feel like
With-
that is very much equivalent to. I won't argue.
What?
I just feel like
She wants it to be done right away.
going on a date. It's very much equivalent to.
One week.
I'll go on a date and I'll wear it once in the office
Whoa.
for like a whole.
No, this is what you
recording.
did last time, and we fucking
Okay,
folded
sorry,
on it.
sorry,
No.
sorry.
Here's
Yeah,
what's
you're
gonna
right,
happen.
you're
We're
right,
gonna tell you what the fuck to do.
You're right. You're right.
And so let me just also set some parameters because I don't want you just fucking picking any old felon. This
Yeah,
has
we
to be,
have to approve of this.
Yeah, this has to be a guy who has less than 2 DUIs. He has to have no
don't know how to do that.
no
so
felonies.
genuine. It's like, I don't know.
He has to be like someone that your friends would be like, this guy's nice. You should give him a chance. You have to show up in a bike helmet.
Okay, I'll go on Hinge and I will send.
Also, I'm gonna make one more thing.
If you guys are proving it and she's finding somebody on Hinge, can we just play the game on camera where she casts it to the TV and we decide?
We look at your Hinge and we say like DM this guy.
Okay.
Also, I would prefer if upon arrival you have like your phone in your pocket and you at least have a voice recording, and when he says what the fuck is this about, you have to be like, it's dangerous out here, right? Like you can't be like, this is a thing.
No,
you have to be like, what if I fall and hit my head? What are you talking about?
I have to like record the whole thing. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay.
And I won't. I like at that point, like the only other good I would get out of it is like at least a funny video. So like I won't.
Oh, that's the only good.
Yeah.
What if it's like you're the man of your dream?
I know. Well, then
he'll find.
But if he's the man of your dream,
like a wild card. This is great.
Yeah. I mean, you also you have to get like decked out. Like you can't just be like mailing it in. Like you have to be like dolled up, wear what you would normally wear, makeup that you would, like, hair done like you would normally do. Bike helmet. We also will buy the bike helmet. I will pick it out. I'm deciding whether it needs to be like an old person one or maybe like a little boy one that has like Stegosaurus things. Like Keegan has one that's like a dragon, like it looks like dragon scale.
I actually almost think that's too goofy.
Yeah,
I think it should be like
a regular
specialized.
White, there's fucking white bike helmet that's like Tour de France,
like a
are we
racing one.
talking like a biker helmet or a?
No, like a bicycle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Originally, I was thinking about a motorcycle helmet just because it would be like so hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just talking like under the chin, buckle.
Not a chin strap.
Of course, a chin strap. What if it falls off?
Yeah.
What if he's cute?
Yeah. Well,
then
then your personality is gonna have to pull a lot of weight.
For sure.
If he can't handle me at my bike helmet.
So that would be.
I don't know how far I can push this before human resources steps in, but part of me would love to have a caveat, like if you go home with him, you have to have your bike helmet on. But that's just how committed to the show and the bit you are.
Stays on.
That would be even funnier. What if it was like that's when you first put it on? It's like, boy, this bitch gets some crazy shit. She likes it rough, dude. She put on a helmet first, dude. So okay, well,
that could be your video this week.
Yeah. Maybe.
That was a weird transition.
Yeah.
This week is so you'll make
to be clear, I was referring to the date.
Okay.
This week we'll be setting the stage, and then next week commences the week of helmet.
Yeah.
And then also the date.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I meant the dates.
The dates this week? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the video was like talking about this and then the dates next week.
No, and you can edit it because I feel like that's kind of nose jobby, UTI issue-y. I think those are two of your better ones.
Yeah.
Not UTI, whatever. You know what I mean. IUD.
Yeah, IUD.
Acronyms throw me off. This I couldn't even get HDMH or whatever the hell that one is. Height doesn't
measure how much of a race baiting asshole I am. HMD measure race baiting asshole.
Yeah, I think this is an interesting video. I think you can edit it well. I think a couple videos like at the dinner table.
I can't wait.
Maybe an update in the bathroom.
For some TikTok that other people are making with those dumb robot voices. She went on a date in a bike helmet. And it's going to go viral. Everyone's going to be like, this chick is awesome. It's going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. And you're probably going to like, the whole point of it, of her never making the mistake again, is probably not even going to hit.
She'll never make the mistake again because she wants to have her hit record again.
That's the goal.
What if I go on this date and then I forget to record the whole thing?
Would be magnifique.
Okay, so I have to go on it this week?
What?
So I'm going on the date this week?
I would, I really hope so.
I don't think we can force you to go on dates, but I think that this week would be the good time.
Yeah.
If you want me to get a date, I can get a date. Okay.
And actually, we have a pretty top-heavy week.
I would say, we need to, if the punishment is like she wears it for a long time or does the date, we got to commence the bike helmet like. Oh, she's going on the date
because the date is what ends it.
So it's either
bike helmet tomorrow.
Bike helmet.
We'll have a bike helmet.
You got to start the clock because that will be your motivation to get the date, or you just have to wear it for a week. So you're doing Monday to Monday, or you go on a date, or no, I guess it'll be Tuesday to Tuesday, or you can go on a date, and it erases it.
Yeah,
right
bike
away.
helmet. We can get a bike helmet today.
Totally.
I walked by a bike spot on the way home.
I get you a bike by 2 p.m.
Weird flex.
I got a great helmet guy.
Did we talk about the bread guy on this?
No.
Yeah.
We did?
A little bit.
You're a bread guy?
Oh, yes.
Bread hookup?
Yeah.
I sent that to my buddies. They fucking love
Dude,
it.
did you see the pictures of it, DJ?
No.
So DJ Bean, if you guys don't know him, he was on a bachelor party this weekend. There's a bread guy.
I got the plug. I got a bread connect.
Dude.
Get you any bread you need. Bagels, rolls, hot dogs, hamburgers, Martins, this, that, Thomas's, English muffins, Entenmann's, everything.
I mean,
you
the
need.
dude showed out.
He delivered. And as much as I'm making fun of it, it's like, yo, the ideal bachelor party to me would be like, let's sit in this house and get like high and crush all that shit.
Dude, those toaster cakes right there, like corn
so good.
cakes, look flames.
So good. Those are good.
DJ took a very funny picture too, like almost like a king on his throne, just like bread
Are you
man.
not entertained? That's great. All right. So you ready, Jack? Good.
All right. As long as you can get me a bike helmet.
Yeah.
Wait. But I'm wearing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no hot guest coming in this week, which would have been preferable, but
Okay.
tomorrow I would guess around noon you'll be helmeted up.
Okay.
What also would have been funny is a punishment to be named later, like the day that Ryan Reynolds comes in here, you have to wear the helmet, and it might not happen for 2-3 years, but you will. No, but we'll just go with the felony date. That's funny too. The Barstool Sportsbook is the sportsbook made for stoolies and is the only place to find exclusive picks and parlays from Big Cat Dave and the rest of the Barstool gang. This March, kick off the action with a $100 sign-up bonus from the Barstool Sportsbook. Sign up today using code TOURNEY. Place a $10 wager or more on any college basketball bet. Win or lose, you receive $100 in bonus cash. So download and create the account today. Be sure to use code TOURNEY to unlock your $100 in bonus cash. The Barstool Sportsbook lets you bet however you like with daily odds boosts, live in-game markets, move the line, and teaser bets, plus parlay pluses for an awesome game parlays. iCasino is also available in select states with your favorite table games and slots. So download the Barstool Sportsbook and create an account today. Be sure to use code TOURNEY to unlock your $100 in bonus cash. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Before we get into voicemails and our interview, there is some Barstool drama afoot. And it is some of the most dramatic drama we've had in a while. I mean, when I was on the rundown, I posed the question to Dave about what is a more direct and blunt call out. And his example was Dave when he called out Smitty. But that's like a boss doing the employee.
Yeah.
This fight is Kelly Keegs calling out the Mean Girls, saying that they're dumb and that they make the women and the company, Barstool Sports, look bad. And she let this blog fucking rip, which is what Barstool is built upon and why, we're even here to this day is the drama and speaking your mind. But also the Mean Girls have been doing their thing and been very popular. So I think there's a whole lot of shit at play right now from male and female type different dynamics and how the internet works and going viral and being successful and making your name and all of that shit. So we pulled Kelly in here to discuss it. And I'm afraid of her. So here it is.
She was looking particularly witchy today as well.
Oh shit! The eyes, they stare at you, and it's like she's.
Oh, I meant her garb, but
no,
yeah.
I know, but I'm like that look and the eyes, is like she's gonna eat you. So Kelly,
she did have like the moment where she's like, "I feel like we're on the same page." I was like, "No,
Yeah, we're good.
we're good.
I promise. Kelly Keegs is in the building. I'm gonna sit over
I'm
here.
causing
Scare
trouble,
me, girl.
boys. I'm causing trouble.
Yo, I don't think there's ever been a call-out blog on Barstool of that nature.
I mean, there's had to have been.
I don't know. I remember one time when Mo made fun of Tom Zolo, and like the commenter culture like loved it because I think Tommy Zolo said like Outkast wasn't good, and Mo just like had a fucking meltdown.
That's a wild take.
Back when we were doing the Blackout tour, and he was doing Barstool Beats, and he was like, "How can this man like represent us talking about music when he says things like that?" Which I guess is a similar corollary here. I don't think the guys have ever. I'm trying to think. Has there been a?
Guys don't care enough about things.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Guys will be like, I care about it for 5 minutes, and then they're
we
like,
don't.
their hands in their pants again, and they're gonna fuck it. Like that's how it goes.
Right.
And I'm just not like that. Sometimes if something strikes me the right way, then I will not let it go for a while.
Yeah,
and I really
that's
have
why
to
I am so
drive
afraid
the
of
point
Kelly,
home.
and I always have.
Yeah, well, I really got to drive the point home when I feel a certain way, and if you don't get it, I'm going to explain it until you do.
Has there been any contact? For people who don't know, Kelly put up a blog. Just saying straight up, I officially hate the Mean Girls, and the too long didn't read is all the other girls here at Barstool have been doing our best to change the perception of girls in comedy and girls in media, and the Mean Girls have just come in and done the opposite of that.
Yeah.
And so you said I officially hate the Mean Girls. So have you heard from them at all?
I've heard nothing from them. When
Do you guys
I was,
talk on a regular basis?
No,
Enough that it would be,
not anymore. I used to be closer with Alex, and I wrote in the blog that she's a different person than she was a year ago. Like that's just good or bad, whatever that is, however she wants to take that. We were on Barstool vs. America together. We got kind of close there, friendly, hung out, went to a birthday party, whatever. And she's on an island now. I don't know what her deal is. I don't really also know what her relationship is like with Jordan anymore, because they used to be attached to the hip 24/7, never leaving each other, and now it seems like that's not the case. So I don't really know what's happening with the two of them. As people, they're fine. They're fine people. I don't mind talking to them, hanging out with them. Okay, whatever. As the Mean Girls, it's a fucking nightmare, and it has to stop. And I will say this: I have listened to their podcast before in its entirety, and the pod is not bad. They have normal conversations. They talk about dating advice. They talk about life experiences and whatever. It's fine. It's nothing nothing that I'm gonna shit on normally. What bothers me is that while they record these shows, they have these stupid fucking conversations that are just insufferable to see. And that is what is taken from their shows into clips and put on every single main account.
So therein lies what I think is I guess the bigger issue.
Bigger discussion.
Because I've been doing this for 10 years. I say dumb shit all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I also don't really wash my fucking hands.
I made the conscious decision to stop washing my hands. I think when I was in college.
Was it college for you?
I don't know. That's when I remember it, because one of my good friends from college also doesn't wash her hands, and it was like how we had that bonding experience. One day I was like, I'm just not gonna wash them. She was like, I'm not either. I don't wash my hands.
I don't really trust people that wash their hands because, well, one, I don't think it does anything to actually wash. It doesn't do anything to actually wash them.
I do wash if I go number 2.
They didn't used to wash them back in way back in the day when they didn't have, and you would go to the bathroom out in the outhouse. Nobody washed their hands then, and there was less diseases.
I sometimes, when my roommate's home, I'll have to turn the water on because I'm I don't want them to think I'm disgusting.
I'll text. I'll turn the water on and take a text break.
No,
and be
literally, I'm When you're at work and someone that you know goes into the stall, you're like, well, I guess I'll fake washing my hands now.
We're always in the bathroom with Kate, and I'm always like,
we also don't shower.
If that's what the whole debate is about.
Right, exactly. But please don't say that, because it sounds fucking gross when you don't. I'm already a little grossed out by you all the time.
I wash my hands. I don't wash my hands when I piss. I don't wash my hands when I piss. I never wash my hands when I piss.
Question. It's one of the main things. We actually even at one point, I think we were debating asking every guest that.
Yeah, right. And then we asked what's his dick? Jake Lacey.
Yeah.
And we were like, before he restarted, he's like, I gotta run to the bathroom. Came back, and then we introduced ourselves, and we're like, did you wash your hands in the bathroom? And he was like, no.
Paused and was just like, no.
Yeah. And I understand. I understand that not everybody washes their hands. I get it. I understand that. We don't need reminders, and we also don't need encouragement of this, okay? Especially in an office like this where we're all one click from typhoid fever. I don't know, something. It's fucking insane. But that is that's not what bothers me, okay? It's not that clip. That clip was the straw that broke my back, right? All in all of their clips, they get millions of views. I understand the social team pushes them out, whatever. They approve the clips. It goes up. They say these things, blah, blah, blah. I can't stand the people thinking that it's real and thinking that...
But I don't think it's...
Wait!
Sorry.
Let me finish! Thinking that it's real and then judging the rest of us on how they act. No, Kevin, you don't think it happens because you're not a girl. All day long I hear about these fucking idiots. I know they're not idiots, and I need to stop acting like idiots.
Right.
And while I think the clips are not contrived, they're not fake, they're not sitting in the lab writing it up, being like, this is the joke we're gonna do today that's gonna set this place on fucking fire. They say dumb shit, and then they are like, oh yeah, that's good for the clip, and that will draw people in. But it's not drawing anybody in, it's just having people talk shit on you, and it's not reflective of the content that you're actually putting out, which isn't bad. So why are you just not putting out the clips of your stuff? Is it not good enough to put out, or are you just trying to draw people in with this bullshit and then get all this hate? I don't understand.
That's a top-down problem. I think you mentioned in the blog. It's pretty regularly said, be this.
And Alex loves it specifically. I don't know how much Jordan loves it. I know that Alex loves it. She gets in with the shit. She doesn't mind people talk shit to her all the time, whatever, blah, blah, blah. She'll go on about a topic for a week long. It's a lot, okay? Jordan is not quite the same, But at some point, doesn't it weigh on you that everybody fucking hates you and everyone in this office is talking shit about you in a real way? That's the problem. No one is telling them that. Everybody thinks we're all in on the joke. We're not in on the joke. We all think you're idiots and you're making us all look bad. I'm sorry to be the one to have to tell
sometimes, but I haven't seen this clip yet.
You have the luxury of thinking it's funny.
I haven't seen
the problem.
And I agree, but that's why I think it's probably like I think it's probably a top-down issue at this company, and I think it's a top-down issue societally speaking, because like it is the things we put out. Like if I just explicitly said I don't wash my hands, no one's gonna fucking care.
Yeah.
But it is just because I'm a guy versus a girl, and it's the same thing we see at this company all the time, where like a guy freaking out is funny. Like we have people here who freak out nonstop for video content, and that's funny. Whereas if a girl freaks out, it's like, oh, you don't have body on anymore. Get over it, bitch. And a guy freaks out, it's like, well, he had +3. What are you gonna do?
Exactly. Don't even get me. Like I've been arguing with people online all day long about before this even happened about the song "The Man" by Taylor Swift. People being like, that song sucks. The only people that say that song sucks are men. That's it.
I like that song.
Thank you. You're different.
I
love
feel
Taylor.
like the Barstool stigma for guys has always been like there's been plenty of guys I think who reinforce like the misogynistic stereotype of Barstool. But I would always just be like, I don't know. That's
I'm not
their
talking
thing,
about misogyny at all.
No, I know,
I'm talking about
saying,
stupidity.
I know, but that's the girl version. Like the guy version would be like when Dave would put up a blog being like, I'm bringing the word cunt back.
Yeah,
and
which like I'm all for that. Love it. I love saying cunt.
But yeah, in that specific instance, maybe. But I'm like, there are times where I was like, these are some of the exact things that people say about Barstool, and he's doing it. But I don't know. It's just like he's doing it.
But don't you? And maybe this is just me, which is really fucking sad. But don't you guys want people to think that we're smarter than that? Don't you want people to think that we care about what we put out and we're not just putting things out to get views on Instagram for no fucking reason?
I know. I wholeheartedly agree with that. I hate the Instagram reels, the rules,
I don't want to be
shit.
embarrassed to say I work for Barstool Sports because people think I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I am
but that's what Kevin's saying is
that.
that like it's something. Again, it's not the stupidity we have to deal with, but it was for a long time. It was like everyone there's misogynist, everyone there's this, and you're like, nah, we're not. But like whatever, like that's what they do. That's their fucking bag.
I guess it's different. For you guys because there's so many guys, and so it doesn't matter. Like if a couple people are acting stupid, that's fine. There's only a few girls here. There's only a few girls here that make content and do what they need to do, and if they are the only ones getting posted on Maine every fucking day with this stupid shit, everyone's just going to think the girls at Barstool are idiots. So then when I make a clip or I have some sort of like intelligent thought that I want to talk about, a thoughtful discussion, if anything, it won't even see the light of day. Not saying like I'm amazing, post my clips. I'm just saying like no one's going to care about my shit 'cause it's like, oh, this is boring. Who cares? She's making real points. Women are stupid.
But so is your problem with them or more like Gaz and the social people?
It's both because they're in on it. Alex specifically. Alex is the mastermind behind the clips and she loves the trolling and she works with Gaz closely and that's what they do. And that's fine for them and that's great. But I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I think it makes us all look bad. Like I feel like I'm saying that and people are looking at me and I know they're agreeing with me. You guys are not. I'm reading you guys both the wrong way. I feel like you're not on my side with this.
No, I'm not. I'm more. I am on your side very strongly about one thing. And then with the clips and stuff like that, I do think it's like I think it's created.
If I thought they were faking it, I would be more on your side on that front. What we put on social always needing to be clickbait and like we know this is going to drive up how many comments we get on our Instagram. All that shit drives me crazy.
Right.
But like, I think that she doesn't know about dinosaurs, and I think that
I agree.
She said with her chest that there are less diseases.
No, I know.
Many years
She's
ago.
probably right. By the way, less named diseases. We know we have more.
Sure, we've added new ones. I mean,
I agree. I agree with all of that.
There is probably some Google search that says like there's 20,000 diseases back then and there's 20 billion now. There's less diseases.
Right. And I agree with all that.
Like, if somebody is getting popular, because listen, I have sat here for years trying to do. I'm not saying I do like fucking artistic work, but I've tried every different medium and every different style, and I gotta watch another motherfucker eat something and just say what their score out of 10 is, or do whatever. That it's like sometimes that dumb shit fucking plays, and we've sometimes been.
I know the dumb
benefits
shit plays,
of that,
right.
and sometimes we've done the.
And
the
I want
to.
I'm trying to say and make sure it doesn't get lost in the sauce that I'm not trying to like knock their success. Like their success is it's happened, it's great, their growth, we literally never stop hearing about it. So I understand that it's doing well. And apart from the clips, I assume based on how far up their asses everybody is, that the podcast does well too. I don't know. But in my head, now that it's established and grown and good and people like it and people are subscribing and they're staying tuned, can't we pivot past the bullshit and actually put out some of the content that you're creating? And they spend hours. They reserve the recording rooms for like 6 hours at a time. They're spending all that time doing what? Why is it that we can't put out what you're actually creating instead of the dumb shit you say accidentally?
Yeah, well, I agree. I agree with that.
I think that they are better than that, and that in turn it makes us better. But they are the best versions of themselves, and they're just not being.
I also do think that's what like talking head media has become. Like the first take clips aren't them having like interesting real conversations about fucking.
Yeah, I hate that too.
It's like
I hate that too.
I mean, that's like
it's like no, Jordan's better. No, LeBron. Like it's like nothing.
It's as fuck,
nothing that gets clipped is ever particularly interesting or informative. And like that, and I don't like that. That sucks. I hate the way that the world is.
And that's right. And that's the point. That's the way the world is. So it's like we can't even. I'm at the point where I can't just like write off, oh, it's just a clip, whatever, who cares? Because all people look at our clips now. That's it.
Right.
That's all people see.
Right.
That's where they make their judgments, and that's where they keep their judgments forever. And the minute you see something fucking stupid like that, you automatically assume this is what's happening. And that's it. The amount of, and this is not even me bragging, the amount of people in my DMs right now, I posted this on Twitter, or I'm sorry, on Instagram, okay? The amount of people in like my other DMs about this, girls being like, thank you so much. This is fucking crazy, blah, blah. I'm talking 50 plus. And and this blog's been up for an hour. And for that many people to DM me saying, yes, we're all thinking this, it's ridiculous, means it's a fucking problem. And again, I'm not saying like, I'm not trying to like start a real war with Alex and Jordan. I'm saying that Alex and Jordan are better than this, and they can start acting that they're better than this. They're established now. They've had the podcast for over a year. They can actually put their work out there and be respected, other than having this dumb shit.
I get that if I can be a guy for a second. And it's like how Brad Marchand got into the NHL, where he's a pest. And he was like, he was a fourth line fucking motherfucker. And he's like, no, by the way, I have great skill. Put me on the first line, I'll score 30 goals a year. And I think there's something to that. But what was I just going to say? Fuck. We'll cut this part out.
You're going to be a guy for a second.
No, but that was the Marchand thing.
Yeah.
What were we saying before that?
It feels...
Sorry, I went into Bruins mode. Their problem.
It feels like a little bit of, like, Call Her Daddy light. You know, with the idea
But
of...
I even hate that. I hate it's Call Her Daddy light, because they're not even saying anything informative. Like, at least Call Her Daddy was like, they put their money where their mouth is, and they said cunt and blowjobs on clips. You know what I mean? Like, they built it on some garbage, and then Alex Cooper turned it into Barbara fucking Walters. Okay?
Right.
I respect the shit out of that. And I even liked the Call Her Daddy clips. They were good. As a woman, I liked them. I've always liked Call Her Daddy. I'm a Call Her Daddy girl. And this is just not, and again, I don't want this to turn into like, fuck these girls, women hate women, blah, 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 because that's how it comes across when a girl says it. But a guy can't say it because nobody will take it seriously. And I'm just sick of looking stupid by association.
I remember what I was going to say. Why is this one? Because again, and this is probably bad hosting or whatever. I haven't seen the clip yet. I obviously have the general gist of it.
Oh, I mean, it's not even like the most offensive clip that's ever been put out.
So that was my question was going to be. Why was this one the one that
because for weeks and weeks, it's gotten progressively worse.
But this was like, this was everybody today decided they're out. Was it because you said something first and everyone, or whoever said something first?
We all started saying shit at the same time. The whole clip is them going back and forth being like, I don't wash my hands. Oh my God, me neither. I bonded with my friend over it. And then literally Alex was like, I don't wash my hands because there's literally no point to wash your hands. It does nothing. There are less diseases now than there were back in the day because people never wash their hands in outhouses. And so I think it's really pointless to do it. To the point where even today I was like, this has to be scripted. This is so fucking stupid. But it's just not. I know that it's not. And I know that they're smarter than this, or they can at least attempt to be smarter than this.
I'm not a smart person, but I feel like the dinosaur clip is dumber. Like,
I couldn't get started about the dinosaur clip because, like, how many times can I scream "God is not real" into the fucking universe? Like, I can't keep saying that. And you guys took care of it. Everybody. That's another thing too. Is like. That one, I would have loved to go off on that one, but I'm so sick of giving this stupidity attention, and that is the problem. And now it's like, all right, fine. I held my tongue for months and months on this stupid shit, and now it just all came out today. And I'm pissed, and it's ridiculous, and I feel like I don't know these bitches anymore, and we're stuck with them. When everybody moves to Chicago, we're stuck with them. We have to work with them. We have to get along with them. If they want to be on their own island of stupidity.
That part's probably out.
Well, whatever. I'm sorry. It's like, if you don't want to hear what's real, then don't fucking, I don't know. Yeah. Then don't log onto the internet.
That's part of, Barstool has always been like, you can speak your mind and say what you want. What do you think the reaction is going to be?
I think that Alex will be like, LOL, so funny. We love the hate, keeps us motivated. And I think Jordan will pretend to agree and actually not agree. I think it will hurt Jordan's feelings. And that's not my intention. It is to embarrass them. It's not to hurt their feelings.
Would you engage in a like a little therapy session? Like
therapy
a podcast
session. I don't think it would be
discussion
a
with
therapy session. I think that
You know
it
what I
would
mean?
be
Like a
It would be a
talk.
conversation.
'Cause
I don't know if
what
they
I
would want
wanna
that.
do. You bring up the New York office. Like part of what makes Barstool and the internet interesting is shit like this,
Mm-hmm.
the confrontation and that kind of stuff. But then it becomes like you choose sides, and then the office becomes tense, and things
Mm-hmm.
become fighting and all that. And I don't even know if it's possible to do this or not, but I would rather it be a place where that shit is not really like the crux
No,
of what
I
we
agree
do.
with that.
And I feel like if you know people better, you don't, like if
Yes.
it was us or the guy-girl thing is different, but if you had a friend who was saying something stupid, you'd be like, I don't know, they're just being dumb, like whatever.
No,
you
Kevin,
know?
that's where you're wrong. If you have a friend that's doing dumb shit like that for this amount of time, you have to have friends that tell you when you're being fucking stupid. That is my point here.
Right.
Is that
But
it's
what if
gone
it's
too
working?
far. It's working for who? It's working
them.
for clips on Instagram? Is
Right.
that worth
Like,
it to
I mean,
jeopardize
their
your entire
podcast is
career
like
and your
I
integrity?
mean, they have a podcast because of this. You know what I mean? Like
No. Their podcast started very different than this. Their podcast was not
But-
this in the beginning.
Yeah, maybe not like
They
stupidity or
started getting
whatever, but
all
I'm
the
saying, like
all
the
the clicks.
crazy internet. Like at some point it sucks, but it's also like this is what the
They have
internet
a podcast
responds
because
to,
they
you know?
were outside of work hours were talking shit about another employee. That's why they have this podcast.
Right.
So if another employee inside, if Mean Girls are getting mean girled, then I'm sorry. Like,
No,
what do you
I'm
want me
not
to
saying
say?
Wait, they weren't.
Amigo.
It wasn't about an employee
I'm
though,
saying-
was it? It wasn't about like Dave's
Caitlin
friend.
Walker.
Oh, that was
Oh,
yeah.
right,
And then it was
right.
perpetuated
That,
by
I think
Alex
that was
talking shit
actually
about
when they
Daniel
were
Bernstein.
being.
Yep.
Yeah. That was when
Which
they were actually
again,
being
I mean,
mean
yeah,
girls.
that whole thing is separate. That's fine. They turned it into a brand.
I'm just saying
they
more
crush
of
it.
like-
I said, they crush
yeah.
it with like merch. They try really hard. They care about the brand. That's fine. But for them to care about it so much and then to let this be their image is what blows my mind. And it's just gone on for too long. Like they are better than this, and I think that we
But
should
what-
all be better than this.
If they're just like we don't care, we're fine with this. What then?
Well, then I'll be like, all right, you're fucking idiots, and you're going to hear from me every day. Like, I just don't. I
there'll be a
have
blog
no
a day.
problem.
What did Zach
Forever.
Wilson say? I'm gonna make that guy's life hell.
Right. Like I'm not bothered by it. And I think that you're worried that now there's like animosity forever. I will stop caring about this tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like this isn't a big deal for me.
There will be animosity forever.
That's fine. If they have
I'm
animosity
just saying,
forever.
like we
but
know maybe you, but I'm just saying the way
if
the world works, they're
if
not.
They, no, but
and I
I
don't care about that either. I'm just saying.
I don't think
we're
that
not
they
gonna be friends
would.
after this.
I don't think that they will have animosity, and I don't think that they'll talk shit about me either because they look stupid here. Like they're not in the right
Mm-hmm.
here. I'm not the one who's just like being a bitch for no reason. I'm the one who's just saying what everybody is thinking.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so if they don't,
I do think.
I think that
they're
they
very
should come out of
polarizing,
this.
So there's a huge chunk that does agree with you. Yeah.
The majority agrees
Yeah.
with me, Kevin.
Well, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm just telling you. The problem or the thing that I think they need to come out of the gate with is like acknowledge that their shit is stupid and revamp it. Be like, all right, we're hanging up our stupidity hats and we're gonna like make some real shit now, and we're gonna show you the real us, and we're gonna all move through this together. And I would love and respect that because that's exactly who they are and who they were before they started just like resting on their laurels with these fucking clips. Like that's how it feels.
And I get totally what you're saying about stupidity and dumb stuff. It just hits close to home. And I get that. I think that's why I'm
For
like,
yourselves, you mean?
but yeah, I'm like that's what we do too, is just dumb shit. And I get, again, we're having a
Do
much
shit,
larger
you say dumb
discussion.
shit, but you also have like moments of intelligence. Like it's
I
not
guess
your
like we
whole
laugh
thing
and like
is-
again, I'm gonna say one more time. I haven't seen the clip, so I don't know if like because I would say that I go, oh, that's fucking stupid, and I would like laugh and like acknowledge I said something dumb. I don't know if they do that. I guess that's the difference. And also there is obviously, as we all know, a larger difference is how the world looks at guys talking about dumb shit versus girls talking about dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, they're being goofy. And like no one's ever like I don't think, at least no one's ever come to me in the street and been like, you're a fucking moron.
I do
like,
think, I think girls will be like, thank you, because we do get girls aren't funny, girls are stupid, and when you reinforce
right. It's
that,
like
and somebody
I'm
stands
sick
up
of
and
I'm
says
sick
that-
of swimming against the tide forever. Like that's
Right,
that's always
and
how it
then-
feels. And
but
it's
there's
just
definitely
ridiculous.
a shit ton of girls who feel that way for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
see
but
what
again,
the-
I'm
what the
not
reaction is.
worried about having a conversation with them. If your thing of like sitting down having a therapy session, I would gladly do that any day. They're not going to want to hear what I have to say, and I don't know what their responses would be to my points. I don't know if you can argue like most people think that you sound like idiots. And if they're like, yeah, well, we like being idiots, it's like, all right, well, then you're lost cause. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I mean,
that's embarrassing.
I think I would be like,
we just don't vibe.
I don't know if I
then.
would be like, I don't want to be, like I am an idiot. I think I would just be like, this is my job. This is what works for me.
And that's fine. If that's your job and that's what works for you, then I just gave them all the promotion they could get. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's also
that's
like
fine.
I also get being like, I'm gonna say it. If you don't change anything, if nothing happens, like fine. But I gotta get. I gotta get these
100%.
thoughts off. I gotta get.
I also think we can never have like a sit down conversation because on camera or whatever, because I think that they like to control what besides those clips, and also why I think those clips are so much like they are just as guilty as the social team, is that they are so controlling of what they put out. Like, for example, the Francis thing. Like, Francis went on with them and it's
that
like
was crazy
it was like too logical. Like, he's says too many things that make sense for them to like argue with in a stupid way, which is fine. And again, if your whole thing is I'm just going to argue and sound stupid and whatever, that's cool. But they're not going to like talking to me either because that's just not my bag. I don't do that.
There it is. I completely get it. And I think people the thing is like with this, like I get what everyone's doing. Like, I don't have an issue. The social team's doing what's best for the social team.
I mean, Gaz and those guys are like Gaz is
coming everywhere. That's what I'm saying.
And then
that's why too. When I wrote the blog today or whatever, and I was like, I'm not even gonna get in trouble because I know that
he's literally
right. So like I mean, really, what we're like doing is like everyone's kind of just doing their job.
Right.
And
which
like,
is fine.
So it's like hard to get mad at anybody. Like I get eye roll and being like, that clip's dumb. Or I get being frustrated. Like, again, like Kevin said, no one's putting out genius stuff here. But there are times when you're like, the fucking guy's chewing on his chew toy again. That's what gets the main post clip.
I mean, don't get
me going on that. Listen, I was traumatized. We can't even talk about that. I was fucking traumatized last week, and I can't even.
That you want to talk about larger discussions?
Holy fuck! I mean, there are a lot of things we could talk about, but this seemed like a small hurdle to tackle, and I felt comfortable doing so. And again, it's not that I wrote this blog. I'm saying all this stuff. This is nothing that I wouldn't say to their faces. I thought they were coming in today. I was going to have a full-blown conversation about it. I was tweeting, talking shit. I don't usually do that with them because, again, I never want to like bring attention to the stupidity. But if this is the game they're playing, it's the game they're playing.
But it's the game that like has been played since like I don't know. I don't think I was even alive or like at least sentient to know what year like the media shifted like that, but it's a long time ago.
Do you agree though that there are different kinds of clickbait? Like you can still do clickbait, just don't do it in the way that makes everybody look bad as a company. Like, don't you feel fucking lame? I said this on the act just now. They had me come in for a second. I was like, don't you guys just feel fucking lame that this is on the main all the time and that everybody comments and everybody sends it to you and whatever? Like, I'm sorry.
I started feeling lame long before the Mean Girls.
I mean, well, that's fair. That's fair. I think because I'm a girl, I think it's more.
I mean, I definitely think the female for sure. I tend to also think though, like I'll be like, in the long run, you'll be good. Like,
I'm not worried about it.
But I'm saying like shit like that does run its course, and if they can't pivot, it probably won't last forever. Like Call Her Daddy needed to become Barbara Walters. Like, you can't just talk about sucking dick every single day.
That's what I'm saying. This is their chance to become Barbara Walters, and I would love to see it. I would love that.
When someone else is lame at Barstool, I think I'm more like, all right, let that like. I'll go over here and do good shit, and hopefully the people who want good shit will come to me.
I don't know.
Not like it represents all of us, but that's where the girl thing becomes different because you guys get all lumped together.
We got all lumped together. I'm also just sick of like sucking their dick so hard. Like I'm sick of being like, well, Mean Girls clips are so great.
And I think that
no, they're not. Like, duh. Yes, but people hate it. That's why.
Well,
I think that's why people at Barstool have such animosity towards it. It's not even because their clips do well. It's because it's talked about, and I actually think we're talking about it so much now that it's going. People are going to envision it being talked about way more.
It's going to be great. That's what I'm saying. Like none of this is bad for them. It's not bad for business. It's just I'm speaking my mind. They'll come back however they want to come back. That's fine. I don't care. They can talk shit about me all day long. I just know that I'm not as stupid as they are. So that's all that really matters.
Yeah, and I mean, the clips are going to keep on rolling. These clips, those clips. It's the clip
That's
world.
also too. It's like if we have to hear about their bullshit for a full week, then I'm going to get in the mix. Then I'm gonna start talking shit. I had to hear about those motherfucking dinosaurs. I swear to God, if I saw one more clip, I was gonna explode. And then this was served to me on a silver platter at 10 a.m. on a Monday morning. So here we are. You know.
All right, Kelly Keegs, folks.
Thanks for having me.
Buckle up.
Thank you very much.
I do think that there's two sides to this. It's a little bit like logic versus emotion, and I think that logically, it's like everybody do your thing and make your views and make your money, and that's just how this game goes. and the other side is the emotional side where I understand being pissed off that like just dumb shit is getting all the attention because it's like
Dave did say too though, because I was listening to the rundown yesterday.
That's another and the World Baseball Classic and this debate. Go listen to the rundown with me, Dan, and Dave. That's
I did agree with what Dave said because there have been not even people at Barstool, people just I see on the internet. I'm like, well, anyone can fucking do that, and it is a certain person
then do it.
Like it like, but like you know, we've said I don't wash my hands. No one cares when we say it. It is, and that's a guy girl thing, whatever, as we talked about. But like there are like, even a girl saying it. Maybe
not
people
just
don't
any
care
girl.
that much.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Brianna and Grace said it,
certain,
and it didn't really pop off. These girls say it,
and I kind of made fun of the like Franks and stuff like that a little bit, and people freak out on the internet all the time, and people don't care. There are certain people who Frank gets reactions. It has to do with your look, how you're doing it, everything.
Your age,
plays
your
a
look,
factor.
your gender, your past body of work, your status, all that shit.
Yeah.
That's why I think ultimately all of this shit on the internet always boils down to like the social network shit. If you built Facebook, if you invented Facebook, you would have been the inventor of Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like if it's working, it's working. Like you don't like that it's going viral because girls are being dumb. I don't know, man. That's what the internet wants to argue about. Yeah. Maybe it's not what they like. When you make great content, it's like that's what the internet wants to see. That's obviously the pinnacle. But if it's like, I don't know, man. When I talk to my friends, I end up saying dumb, silly shit. I also, I'm not. It's not that I'm anti. I'm not on Kelly's side. I just would feel like a hypocritical asshole if all of a sudden, after literally 10 years of talking about like, do you want ducks to fly out of your ass or worms to come out of your ears? If all of a sudden I'd be like, yeah, we need to have a higher bar. So
our bar's been on the floor. We can't do much at all.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? What? Why did I do that? Dude?
I don't know, but I liked it. Can't do much at all. All right, voicemails with this moron. Let's go. Attention, all partiers, drinkers, and ragers. We've got the drink for you. It's St. Patrick's Day month, so we got pirate water. That means after that we've got the baseball season and spring, and then summer's here, and then you're on the beach, sundress season, party season, warm weather, outdoor rooftop season.
That's where pirate water is really gonna thrive.
And pirate water is, I mean, think about it. You're a pirate. It's a warm weather thing.
This weekend we couldn't give out pirate water off the float because you can't ID people and stuff like that.
Yeah,
people were begging.
Dude, I love it.
People had it like, give me another one. It was people were, dude. We were in the fucking staging area. People were like hanging over the fence, being like, "Let me get a pirate water." I was like, as I mentioned earlier, I was like, "There's 10,000 cops behind me."
Yeah, I cannot give it. You're 13.
You look for 12. Like, you got braces. I can't give you a fucking pirate water.
It's perfect. Like it's everywhere now. Like you can get it. It's not like our other drink launches where there's like no available product, but also just scarce enough that people are like, I haven't had it yet. I gotta try it. So you can find it at your local liquor stores or gas stations, or sometimes in I think some of the bars like are having it. You can brown bag it.
I had distributors come up to me like at bars being like, can we distribute it? And I was like, I don't know, talk to somebody.
You tell me. I don't know. You're the distributor.
Talk to Pirate Water.
Right.
But yeah, that would be great. Distribute it.
It comes in 4 flavors: Margarita, Sex on the Beach, Bahama Mama, and Miami Vice. It's 10% alcohol by volume. It's also 16 ounces.
I actually had an adult buddy of mine text me this weekend and be like, this is all I drink now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, because some people are like, oh, this is just for the kids. It's like, listen, it's for the brown bagging, pre-gaming. Let's get fucked up. Let's party, crew. But if adults can drink it too, when it's like on ice, when it's real cold, it's like having a beach drink. It's like you're on vacation, you're on a cruise, you're on the water, you're on a boat, whatever. So you can go all your local places, or go to drinkpiratewater.com to find a location near you, or order it now off GoPuff. It's drinkpiratewater.com.
What up, gang? We're gonna circle back to the dog talk that we were talking about the other day. My dog, he goes out to work with me every day because he's a cattle dog, so he helps me out. Bless you. If he was able to talk, he'd be able to slip to my boss on accident that his dumbass owner stayed out till 1 in the morning on a Wednesday night at the Legion drinking dollar beers. So I don't need my loyal companion doing that. So I'm gonna keep my dog not talking.
Fair play, but I think there's an important word he said in there. Your loyal companion.
Yeah, like dogs are loyal. They would never.
Oh, you wouldn't snitch.
Like if you got a dog that snitches, you got a cat. You know? Like
That's it. If you don't got two quarterbacks, you don't got two quarterbacks.
you
don't
got
have
zero.
one.
Yeah, you got a dog that snitches, you got a cat, bro. If you have a dog that would rat on you, you are a bad owner. Like that's a red flag. Like that's some CPS shit. Like get me out of here.
Dude, wives get abused don't even rat on their husbands.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
He was
mean.
out having a couple beers over at the Legion, brother.
Yeah, dude. If your dog snitches that you were having dollar beers at the American Legion, that ain't a dog at all.
Yeah, that is that. I mean, we're on the same page. There's not a ton to talk about. I would prefer my dogs don't talk. But if my dogs could talk, she'd be like, you got a comfy ass, warm ass lap.
Yeah, I would
That's
hope.
about-
I would hope. I mean, that's the whole reason why I don't want to open up Pandora's box. I don't want. What if it turns out?
She'd also say, again, this is if she was a snitcher. If you injected her with true serum, she would say, for a long time, he lies to his parents about taking me out.
No, I have not been on a walk.
When they go to bed and they say, take her out before you go to bed, and he says, sure thing, he almost never does. and when they say, no, I'll open the door and I'll let her go out, but when they say, take her on a walk before bed, they'll go,
Dude, that's the worst.
They'll go, he opens the door to the backyard and he stands at the threshold and he watches me pee and he goes, Maddie, come here.
Come back in. Come back in.
It's fucking cold now.
Dude, you can love dogs, but you got to admit, taking your dog out for a walk fucking blows. In the beginning, at a puppy, it's hard, but you're excited. And then when you're old, it's like you almost want to take care of them in like their last days and years. But those middle years of just like, you can't shit on your own.
Yeah.
The litter box thing with cats is not great, but goddamn, is that nice that your pet is just set it and forget it. If I could have like a bigger cat, like a dog-sized cat that's not so like catty,
Wiry, yeah.
yeah, like if I just had like almost like a little lion,
Like a thick girl.
yeah, I want a little
Yeah.
thicky, give me like a Puerto Rican cat. Shout out Marcus.
It is funny to go back to Boston this weekend, and I was out with my buddies, and I remember thinking back to when one of my buddies first got a dog, and he'd be like, I gotta go home, I'm gonna take the dog home. I'm like, "Damn, that's so stupid, dude. You're a fucking idiot for getting a dog. Why'd you do that? You're fucking ruining the day, blah blah blah." Saturday night, like 7 p.m. Buddy been out for 4 hours. Like, I gotta head out. I gotta take Mikey Jr. out. And I was like, God damn right you do, bro. Let's go home.
Yep, it's the best. It is the best excuse, whether it's real or not. You know what I mean? It can be like, Duncan. If Duncan doesn't get let out, he's gonna tear the place apart. Duncan's gonna just sleep another few hours.
Yeah.
He might pee on the floor. Not that big of a deal. But I gotta go, man. I gotta go.
There was one time we were going to someone's apartment and Chrissy was like, should we bring the dog with? I was like, no,
that's your
because
get out
then
of jail
how are we
card.
getting out of there?
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
Next up.
Hey, what up, crew? I noticed something that, happened today that happens more often than it really should. I went into work to take a leak, and, I go to grab my junk, with 2 fingers, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh. So I reach down and there's a hair inside of the little bit of skin that's there. And it's like, I'm fucking unraveling this thing. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Is this my fucking hair? God damn it. How does this fucking happen? Like, what happens in the shower where, this runs down? I mean, you can't see it right now. I've got hot bitch hair. I permed it. Hello, hi, I'm back. And, yeah, Jack, you feel free to use that one, hot bitch hair. You can run that one into the ground. And just think, has anything like this ever happened to you? Where you found hair in some weird place? I don't know, your ass crack or something? Or, and it's, not hair that's supposed to be there.
In his dick?
In the skin that's there? He maybe has foreskin. Maybe my boy's on snip.
The hair in your asshole is a universal thing, no?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
You never had I remember that show Broad City?
Yeah.
They once had
Yeah.
a segue into a cold open, basically, where she's like, so then I kept pulling and I realized it was my own hair in my butt, and that was it. They never talked about it. You've never had it's I don't know, it's either in the back or the front, and you pull it and then you feel like a tug on your asshole. and it's like a long piece of hair. It's usually a girl's hair. I don't know.
Yeah.
And somehow it ends up in your asshole. And you can feel it, like you're like, whoop. It's like, that's like on my asshole. I don't know how it gets. It's almost in there. It's crazy.
I don't think that I have.
Yeah, well, you don't have
until
until
the part where you said, like you feel it. I was like, maybe
you
that's
guys know
not
exactly
good.
what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, okay, good. Because I would have
Like,
been.
out of
I was
your
very.
hole?
That was about to be about to be
yeah.
a big moment where I was about to. And it just goes. It's so weird.
Feels like pulling off a screen protector.
Does it happen to girls?
Wait, say that one more time.
It's like I'm trying to remember exactly when it is. So it's probably like I'm getting in the shower, maybe even after the shower, and I'm trying to think of why you like all of a sudden are pulling on a hair or whatever. But like I don't know. There's
Oh, yeah.
you get
Out of
hair in
your
your ass,
butt?
right?
Like with like long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to pull it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of your butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I
like
don't
in
think-
your
It's
crack.
like
It's not
up
like
the hole.
in your
Yeah.
Well,
but it's
that's
like,
kind of what Kevin
well,
said.
I mean a little bit. You feel it like on your asshole, like it's in the crack, and it's not like
you know
it's
how
not like
you
it's
talk about
up.
the doors, like
Yeah.
the first. It's in the.
Yeah. It's in the mudroom. I don't.
I could imagine. I would imagine for chicks that happens a lot with your pussy too, where it's just like stuck in between the little, the door like this.
I don't.
But
I don't think I.
I'm so
I'm not-
sad. I'm so sad you haven't.
I'm not gonna
because
say it
I would
100% no, because I
love
don't really remember.
I want your commentary on it because you're so good at shit like this. Like, it's one of those things. I've actually, relatively recently, thought about trying to make this a bit. The only time I've ever heard it mentioned publicly was that episode of Broad City, and when they did it, it was so well done because they just came back from commercial and she said it and then they changed conversation and I was like, it is a thing. It is a thing. Because I was like, why do I have
upset.
my girlfriend's hair? Yeah, I mean, it sucks that you don't have it.
I can't. Again, I'm not gonna say 100% every time, but it definitely doesn't happen frequently enough where I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would say it's like, have you ever pulled like your girlfriend or long hair out of your own ass? And I bet you a lot of people would say yes.
Really?
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna come home. I fucking cut my hair off and fucking come tomorrow with a fucking tail.
I think
Or
it's like, I
what's he
think
got
your
Final Breaks
body,
pants.
I think like, the hair, I don't know, just falls down or whatever, falls down your back.
And
And
yeah, I
then
can.
your cheeks maybe clench it or something. Again, I don't know why. It's usually long hair, so I don't know why my girl's hair would be on mine. But throughout the years, I'm always like,
Pretty sure mine's from like laundry. It's like doing
Yeah,
our
And
laundry together.
to be clear, I have found hairs where I'm like, when was the last time
yeah, like well, I haven't been with
like,
a blonde girl. and,
yeah,
like,
yeah. Where
Yeah.
the fuck did that come from? I've had that like in boxers or more often like wrapped around my dick. I'm like, when the fuck was the last
Yeah.
time
Yeah, that
girl's
can
head
happen
was
too.
down here? But I don't
That
think
can for
I
sure
can
happen
really-
too. It's like
That feels good. I know what you're talking about with that. Like I've had it like wrapped around my balls.
And you're like,
whoa,
whoa.
fuck.
well, it's not that much further of a bridge then,
No, I'm just saying
You
I
had it
haven't
around
felt
your
the
balls.
sensation.
Yeah.
I've had
but-
a 2-for-1. I'll be honest.
Yeah. I think that's almost kind of what it is. Is like
Yeah.
if I'm manscaping, you're like trimming something or you feel something, you pull it, and you're like, wait a minute, that's not. Like you think it's like a short little pube or whatever, you realize it's longer, and you kind of
It's like
pull,
a
and it's like,
magician pulling out the fucking.
Yeah.
we just did yeah, and it.
laundry thing now.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, but it almost makes me feel like hair has like a Toy Story thing going on where it, like it's alive and it like runs up like it's like a little snake like slithering up your leg. Like, I'm going right in his ass.
I will say that with my hair now, as long as it is, I have crossed over into where I now clog the drain, and
Whoa.
that's not fun.
From your hair?
Yeah.
Coming out?
Yeah. But that's just like
long.
It's like chick
Okay.
hair.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
have like
yeah,
that
yeah.
little fucking
Yeah.
hair wrap, and I'm like, it's
do
only
you put it on the wall like those savages?
it's only ever happened. It's only happened
Animals.
once. Yeah.
That's such a
But-
weird thing that chicks do that like they just do. It's like you're disgusting.
It was enough. It is disgusting. And mine, it's only happened once, but it was like last Wednesday, and cleaning people were coming that day. So I kind of just like with my toes like fished out of the drain and
Yeah,
kind of just
yeah,
threw it
yeah.
to this thing.
You'll
to-
get-
yeah.
Clean up this. Let me see. Stray hair.
We-
Long stray hair in your butt.
We
Oh, you're gonna get some weird ingrown shit.
What do you think? We've discussed my hair on the show recently. What I was going to do with it, and Pavs was saying yesterday that I can't cut my hair.
I agree with that.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I think his like logic behind it makes sense. Like we could do a lot with that. We could like really make you look like a bunch of different
I
looks.
disagree with that. I really don't care.
You're talking about for purposes of ad order.
Yes.
By the way, fucking smash hit. We have not recapped it. It's the most positively received Barstool video I think I've ever seen in my life. Not an ounce. Owen came up to me today and said, thanks for filtering out, because I was firing off to their group chat, like all these screenshots of YouTube comments and tweets and all this feedback. I was like, this was fucking amazing. And he was like, thanks for filtering out the good ones. And I was like, I didn't filter. I was just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and screen recording, and they were all good, which is insane for a Barstool video.
It's very crazy. What should I do with my hair?
So you think they want it to be, you can put it in a ponytail, you can put it this way, you can put that. And you think it's less versatile? It's definitely more versatile to have more hair to work with.
See, I disagree, because I think that like most male characters just
Play
have
straight.
straight hair.
Yeah.
Like we're doing
So
one
you're
this weekend where like, I'm gonna be
a regular
drastically
guy.
different.
Yeah.
And like we have to hire a makeup artist to like cover my hair.
Yeah, it's almost like you can wear wigs and shit like that, but you can't undo your hair.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you want to just be like, I'm a guy in a cubicle at work, you can't have this like.
Exactly.
I do get that. Why don't you just play it by ear? And this weekend is like, it would really make a difference if you had short hair.
I think it could be difficult to fix this weekend.
We could put a hat over it.
Even that though, like you put a hat on right now, you look like a hockey bro sort of
Yeah.
thing. Like if you're trying to play a dad or a boss or something, it would be like.
It's because I was gonna cut it this week for that purpose, and Pavs told me like we weren't even discussing it.
Do you have in mind already? Like, don't cut it because we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
I think the kill your dad character. I don't think it's nearly as funny without the hair.
It's so
I
true.
think it's the funniest part.
That's so true. The hair is that is very important.
And that's a character.
Can you like put a bald cap on and like do like a short wig?
I was thinking for what we're doing this weekend, there's a specific cap that can go over your head with a bald cap that I think we can make look fine. So,
okay.
I wouldn't cut it just yet. I would see if there's a workaround. I do get what you're saying. I see both sides. That's interesting. That it's like it's too much.
Right. It is like even when we were doing like the gay sketch, the adoption the second time around, I was like, I guess I'll put it in a ponytail, and that one we used the first cut, but I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, like you're like I gotta have a gay hair.
Right.
Yeah. It's an interesting. These are the trials and tribulations of a sketch actor. It's so fucking good, man. That was so fucking funny.
I think I was, and I hope, and this is obviously trying to see the future. I think that will be our worst episode.
Oh, 1,000%.
Wow. If that's the case, then you motherfuckers you're going to Hollywood. Shit.
I think
I couldn't agree more.
I can think of like 10 right now that I think are better than all 4 of those.
I agree.
I made a video for the World Baseball Classic the other day that at the very end, where is it? At the very end, I was like,
People on Twitter. Free KFC. Out of order. Down on a molehill on this.
and then I put you in the end of it. Like that, it was so fucking good.
You guys made a mountain out of a molehill with this one.
It's so fun. That's a phrase I've used before, but now it's forever your phrase. You made the way you're flexing. You made a mountain out of a molehill on this one as you stomp away. There's so many good quotable moments. You know what the actual, true, I really believe this, funniest moment of that whole thing is? Because it is, I don't think it's really acting. It's so real. It was when you said, then why did you dress like it? That
completely improv.
is
Was
so,
not,
yeah, like but you could tell, there's scripted, that was scripted, and then it's like, oh, you delivered that really well, but I still know it's scripted, and then there was like, you improv that, like, you brought her dad here. He's like, I'm not her father. Like, well, then why are you? The way you like are disgusting. Why do you look like you're smirking a little bit? It is so fucking funny. Then why are you dressed like it? I fucking love that moment so much. You know what I'm talking about? No, because you probably haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it. I remember saying it.
Hang on, you gotta watch it.
No.
Just this one, just 10, like a 5-second clip. You have to. It is that fucking funny. Because I would challenge you to try to capture it again, but like I don't know if you'll ever be able to, because it was just that funny. It was.
I remember in the moment being like, "Well, why do you say that?" Like, we never once have we brought up like the dad thing at all. Being so funny.
150,000 views, by the way.
Sam, the boy with a penis. I'm not here to fuck a girl, dude. That's fucking perverted. You guys are the weirdos. You brought a camera, you brought her dad, you brought this whole thing. I was just here.
I'm not her dad. I'm not her dad.
Then why are you dressed like it?
It's so real. If you were in that moment, that's exactly how you would deliver that line. Why are you dressed like it, you fucking loser? That was so goddamn good. The smile. I knew when you did Making a Murderer, Making a Gambler, that you could act a little bit. I think you are an actor. I think you're an actor. Have you ever done like a play, school play, or any of that shit? No. I think you're an actor.
I was always jealous I didn't. I always regretted not doing it.
I think you should do like scripted acting. I think you could do it. Like, I think you'd be in like a real movie eventually. Like, you start with these kind of things, but like, I think you can deliver scripted and improv shit very genuinely. Like, I used to think I could kind of do it, but like, you can do it. You should do it. You should go to Hollywood. You should like move to LA.
We were like planning out like the season, and we were like, well, we'll go this long, blah, blah, until John inevitably gets like an acting role.
I'm telling you, like that is gonna happen. Yeah. More people like Mark will start. Like you get a role in this and a role in that, an extra here and there, and then next thing you know, you'll be on like Criminal Minds. Imagine one day imagine that story. If one day you ended up on one of like your shows,
playing a transgender who like I've transitioned, but I transitioned to a woman, but I'm a woman playing a guy. That's
good skit.
That's the kind of character they're going to need on Criminal Minds by next of the season. They are using them pretty quickly.
Wait, sorry, real quick.
Can't wait for
just to close the loop, as they say, or whatever, on Reddit, long hair plus shower equals hair and butt crack solution. It said, has anyone found a solution to the hair and the butt crack situation that happened in the shower? Had short hair for years, grew it out. It's also getting thicker, and for some reason lately, those two things combined have caused some majorly annoying issues. I'm finding handfuls of hair in my butt crack, and today it even got tangled in my vag. This girl is fucking savage.
She takes dumps.
Am I just weird? This happens. Does anyone else? Solutions? I tried brushing before the shower. I'm just very tired of having a nest at my butt crack. Top comment. My girlfriend's hair is constantly getting tangled around my penis and balls too. It's just like, yep, this is how it goes. So yeah, it's a thing, bro. It's a thing. It's a thing.
I hope one day I get to be part of the club.
All right, last voicemail.
Hilarious. Can't wait for more of that, so well done on that. I also just listened to your interview with Chris DiStefano recently, and he mentioned his dad loving Applebee's, so he used to go all the time. I specifically couldn't go to Applebee's because my dad thought that the tables were too sticky.
They are.
So we never went to fucking Applebee's as a kid. I also couldn't watch George Lopez because my dad hated him. It wasn't a race thing, but saying that out loud sounds funny. But my question is, what were some things that you guys couldn't do as kids, specifically because your parents had weird vendettas against them?
Great question.
Had some personal odd hatred for something.
Because the thing is, you don't even realize they're like, it's like a thing until like later in life. You're like, wait a minute, I could have been doing that all these years and we just like didn't because of you? Fuck that.
We had.
By the way, your dad hates George Lopez because he's Mexican. That's a fact.
We kind of ran the house. Not really run the house, but I don't really think there was
things. That
as far as those two examples go,
more like my parents don't eat Chinese food really. I didn't eat Chinese food until like much later in life, and I was like, this shit is bomb.
Really? We had Chinese food like every Sunday.
I shouldn't say that. Like
they joke like dad's cooking dinner tonight. We'd get Chinese food.
We had fried rice a lot. Like my mom would even make fried rice. But as far as like dumplings and General Tso's chicken and that kind of stuff, like the monkey meat type of shit,
really,
like never had it until like maybe like no. I remember actually there was a like middle school, high school, like crazy.
I think the no Chinese food plus the monkey meat is kind of getting the George Lopez treatment.
Yeah, fair point.
There's nothing. We never went to an Olive Garden. They just hated Italians. That wasn't anything weird. I've still never been to an Olive Garden.
I don't think I have either. That's probably because my parents hate Italians. Who doesn't? Except for Italians. Who doesn't hate Italians? They're the goddamn worst.
The Italians hate Olive Garden too. That's the one thing we're united on.
Yeah. How about Joe Biden's St. Patrick's Day jokes?
That was great. That was
fucking
classic.
fire.
Yeah.
Great jokes. I'm an Irishman, but I don't drink, and my family's not in prison, so it doesn't really count. I'm not really Irish. Fuck yeah.
That was funny.
Anybody else that would be, up in arms.
Dante had a whole blog about it. Let's just anti-Italian rhetoric. No, if it was Italians, he would.
The worst. The Italians used to have the Italians and Irish were the last stand. You could make fun of us, and we were okay. And in recent years, the Italians pussied out too.
The Italians. The Italians are the worst of the bunch now.
I brought this up with my family, and it went like wildfire. I was like, yeah, listen. I mean, we know what we are. Like we drink and we get incarcerated. And then someone else in my family was like, if I pointing out an Irishman, I'll point you to a drunk abuser. and then my dad was like, it's like fucking we're priests who fuck kids. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I was like, this is spiraling out of control.
This is going on. Hold the phone. But the Italians, Dante, that's all he fucking tweets about. Wah, Chicago mayor. Wah.
Shut up, I'm Italian.
People make fun of Italians. Shut up, you fucking Italian.
Shut up, you dumb wop.
I actually love Dante because he is two sides of a coin, where he is both
a Patriots fan and a Bears fan.
He's a hip DJ. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, but he's also the dad.
He's also a Facebook forwarding dad. Yep. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is funny. Bro, like he'll be in the club with like rappers, and the next day we'll be talking about like tax reform.
Bro,
in Chicago.
Did you see his fucking? He had a tweet on St. Patrick's Day. It was the most.
I saw this.
Like, I want to read the sign exactly. It was the most like dad shit ever. Like, this is great. This is classic stuff. It was. Here it is. So the tweet is, for all my, and if you, by the way, this is about Italians, he'd be up in arms. For all my Irish friends today, one of the funniest signs I've ever seen. Is this true? It's a sign that says God created liquor to keep the Irish from conquering the world. Everyone's seen that sign a million times. It's another one.
That's hilarious.
Work is the plight of the drinking class kind of deal. Dante's like, this is great. I can see Dante like at a bar in tears. Like, you guys see this fucking sign? They bought it at Home Goods. This is unbelievable. This is from conquering the world, he says.
Get it? Because they're Irish and they're drunk, and otherwise they'd be great.
You drunk to put this? It's unbelievable stuff. Ooh, excuse me, bartender. I'll do another one. Wow, who wrote that? Ooh, which fucking? I want to shake that man's hand. What genius came up with this?
Did you remember the Family Guy?
I've never seen it. No, I've never seen it before.
The Family Guy cutaway where it's like. Ireland, if like Jameson was never invented, and it's like the Jetsons.
Yeah,
like the same idea. Brilliant stuff, guys. All right, let's get into our interview. We got Drew Lynch on the show, very funny comedian. I got to be honest, I think it's a little bit of false advertising. Like he was kind of pitched as the stuttering comedian. You'll hear it. He doesn't stutter enough.
No, he's conquered it.
Yeah. It's like, no, that's off your resume now, bro. You're just a comedian now. It's Drew Lynch on KFC Radio. Let's talk to him.
Well, yeah, why did you need the
I just have a bad back and a bad... Well, actually, it's funny. I was in a softball game playing with Barstool.
See, I'm noticing something, dude.
And I had a bad shoulder already that had been operated on, and we were getting our asses kicked in softball. Wait, this was kickball, right?
Kickball, yeah.
We were getting smoked in kickball, right?
So in his defense, it was on a softball field.
It was on a softball field. We played it in
very similar.
You realize how much you just crushed me, dude? I was ready to relate so hard. I was like, dude, there's a common enemy. And you go, no. Badminton. What's the one with the... No, it's cricket. It was cricket.
Bro, we were getting our asses kicked. These teams, we just figured, I don't know, you play kickball. We played in elementary school. You just go out there and kick the ball around. And, as an adult, you kick the ball in the air like every time, and they just catch it. You know, so these other teams knew to like kick it down, and you kick it down the third base line because you can't make a throw all the way to first.
Which
they were just getting on first, like they were just getting base hits. We couldn't even get out of the inning, and then we get up there 1, 2, 3, we're down. We sucked.
I maintain it's better to not know how to play kickball.
Agreed.
Than it is to know how to play kickball.
Losers. You guys out here have like a
you got
coordinated
kickball
attack.
strategies.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, man.
But they were
you
like
kick it
running
up?
up the score. Yeah. Like every time we popped it up, they were like, "These rookies." But so then we were like, I'll never forget. Afterwards, our boss Dave, like we had like a little huddle up, and he was like, "All right, our only chance here is like chaos on the base path. So if you get on base, like just keep running, just like try to, because we're not gonna get any more hits." And I remember like I got a base hit, and I round first, and I'm like trying to get in a rundown almost. You know what I mean? Like just we're hoping they throw the ball around. It's our only chance we're gonna score, and I end up sliding back into first with my shoulder, and it pops out.
Jesus.
And I was like. I knew in the moment I was like, I'm gonna need surgery, I'm gonna need rehab, this is gonna be a 6-month thing, and I was just standing on a fucking kickball because it came out and in, like it hurt like a bitch, but it wasn't like I was like, oh no, and I just remember being there like, I'm out for 6 months. Like, see you guys later. Fuck kickball. That moment of like, I cannot believe I just ruined the next half year of my life for this.
Yeah, it's just such
and
an
I remember also
innocuous
having
thing.
to tell these guys, I was like, I can't play anymore because like they were like, you dislocated your shoulder playing
kickball.
It's like, does anyone have a gun? Anybody have a gun?
Dude, I love that your coach's tactic was chaos on the base path.
Because I remember, so that phrase stuck in my head.
It sticks in my head.
Because I was like in this rundown, and right after that, when I hurt myself, he was like, well, what were you doing? What the fuck were you doing? And I went, chaos on the base path. And Dave went, oh, you're right. He's like, I did say that. I was like, your fault.
That's exactly what that is. That's chaos on the base path. Dude, that's the most badass shit I've ever heard. About the softest shit I've ever heard. Chaos on the base path. That's a tat you
like
put
a
right here, dude. I got a belly tat.
Actually.
Chaos on the base path.
That is fucking hilarious.
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be fast, so that's it.